Let's test this now. Yep, there we go. We got it back, y'all. We got it back. Let's go. Yeah, 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 yeah. My lord. I don't know what Restream's issue is today. Okay.
I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I'm out of range. It's too far away. I'm out of range.
What the fuck?
It's too far away.
There's gotta be a bug. It's gotta be a bug. Let's see if we can log out, log back in, kill it, get our loot, hopefully get the reins. Ah, my goodness. Good lord. Man, I need a better computer so bad. I miss just being able to load up in games. I legit might just reset everything on my computer today. As soon as this goes down, I might just reset it. We tried, guys. We tried to log back on quick enough. Alright, let's log it out here. Disappointment.
The playbook for September is simple. Score big at Dave Smith Motors Kickoff to Savings. With our hassle-free buying and low prices, you can feel like a champ by scoring huge deals. Like over 8.
I actually cannot believe the podcast that I just watched. Who remembers Ned from the Try Guys, huh? Any Ned enthusiasts? Ned Fulmer, yeah, Fulmer family, Ned Fulmer guys, where we at, huh? Well, I'm sure you recall in 2022, there was the huge scandal that went public about how he'd actually been cheating on his wife for quite a while with their producer at the Try Guys. It was a huge deal. Of course, led to the dissolving of their marriage. It basically kicked Ned off of the public sphere, and he has remained in the back rooms for the last 3 years. He has just crawled his way out of the Shadow Realm and surfaced with a podcast called Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer. His first guest, his ex-wife, so he could talk directly to her about all of the cheating. It's like podcast therapy or some shit, and it actually makes me think podcasting should straight up be illegal or have like some kind of like rigorous vetting protocol in place where you need like a license to own podcasting equipment. This is fucking agonizing. It takes so much to make me turn something off that I've committed to watching. I will stomach any amount of like revolting dog shit this planet has to offer. I could watch Two Girls, One Cup 100 times back to back to back to back to back to back to back without even blinking. But this was too agonizing. I had to turn it off after 30 minutes. It is brutal to sit through. I can only imagine what she was feeling with this, because he kind of like talks about himself as if he's like some kind of a victim, like a survivor of his own cheating scandal. It's weird. You have to see this.
Strange to think that people are watching this and listening to it rather than just being in like a therapy setting.
Oh heck yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm on the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Understandable. And no one on the planet would blame her if she did. I think that is a totally reasonable response. It is still so baffling to me that this used to be the biggest and his revolt guy even worse for him, even though it was already extremely bad. Now, this has been pointed out by a lot of people, and I don't know if this is how he's always been, if he's just this kind of quirky, zany guy who likes vocal fry, but a lot of people mentioned, and it's very clear, he is putting on, like, an extra dollop of vocal fry. It is brutal to listen to. It sounds like out of a cartoon when a character is mocking somebody else. Yeah, I may have presented myself as a wife guy. It's so, like nails on a chalkboard.
And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust. One step is to publicly witness the pain of my partner, Ariel. This is a conversation with Ariel in this video. It's painful at times. It's honest, vulnerable, brutal.
But why? Why do you want to broadcast you publicly witnessing the pain you have caused your ex-wife? Why wouldn't this just be a conversation had with like a professional, or just between you two behind closed doors? Why do we need to be invited into this? This is him just making like a public spectacle and trying to like get back into the internet zone. So he drags his ex-wife in here to try and like reopen the wounds here publicly, so that way he can paint it as him like taking the accountability, this public flogging that he's going to give himself, listening to all the pain and suffering he's caused her. And the whole podcast is him kind of like prodding, like, and how did my cheating make you feel? Did it make you feel bad? Yeah, I bet it. Yeah. No, that sounds. I know it made you feel bad. Yeah. No, it sounds about right. It made you feel bad, right? All while he's filming it to try and milk this devastating event that she's gone through for his own personal views and his own attempt at a comeback. That's how it seems. The catchphrase, I believe, for his podcast, which you can find on his About section, sometimes the only way out is through one podcast at a time. That is the slimiest shit. Oh my god.
As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle, I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that. This is...
I'm going to have to call Dirty Barnacles on that right there. I don't buy that reasoning at all. He is literally launching a podcast off the back of his ex-wife being the first guest in it. And he's trying to paint it like he's doing this so that way she can move on because all this went public and, you know, it's taken such a huge toll and she wouldn't be able to do public things because this would get brought up from the past. So this is how we're both going to heal and move forward. Like, I completely understand that for her in particular, her having any other, like, public-facing job or something, this would be brought up. I get that, and that is very difficult, no doubt. But this does not seem like Ned Fulmer just trying to do something to help her not have to deal with something like that.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
But that doesn't mean that you need to do anything further publicly just for the internet to bear witness to. But if you do feel like there is like some kind of obligation to have some kind of like public, closure to it, is this really the best way to do it? Because to me, it really feels like Ned is using this as a self-serving thing. This is the kickoff to his podcast, and this is obviously something he knew would get a lot of views. To me, it feels more like a calculated business call as opposed to something to try and help both of them like heal and move forward.
Myself to strangers. It's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
right?
Here's mine, but couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two, all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know me
me
first. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
I cut a lot of this section out here, but Ariel mentioned how like making friends has been a little weird because of all of this, because they'll come into it with some kind of like preconception based on what they've seen from the public and such. And Ned immediately is like, well, actually, me too. I'm going through something similar. I'll try and make a friend, introduce myself, and they like ask for my Instagram. I'm like, whoa, bump the brakes, buddy. Instagram, I don't know about that. Whatever you do, don't Google Ned Fulmer. Definitely don't do that. You don't want to be viewed with some of your mistakes, or I guess in your case, Ariel, the sum of the past. Am I right? Yeah, we're kind of like two peas in a pod when it comes to this problem we're both experiencing. And he's like trying to like meet her in the middle there, like relate to her. But Ariel did nothing wrong. Ariel is completely a victim in all of this, who is now sharing like how it has affected her, even like socially making friends. And Ned's like, oh, me too. I'm super victimized by it as well. Like, they Google Ned Fulmer, they see I fucking cheated on my wife, and they don't want to be my friend. It's so weird, right? Like, you and I, we're going through like the same thing on this. Am I right? Like, this is what I'm talking about, where I feel like Ned's not actually trying to like help, move forward here. It really feels like this is just his springboard for the podcast.
We are still friends. We have children together. We go on trips together.
Right.
Like, there's a spectrum of being together, not together.
Right.
Like there's ways in which we're together, but it's like the way that everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have acquired proof that the FBI's official story is false, whether knowingly or unknowingly. We're going to have an entire monologue and talk about a lot of these things after I show you this, but if you take nothing else away from this video, you need to see this.
And in that video, you can see the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself. So you're not counting gang violence. Great.
So this video was created by a friend of mine who is a Marine. You'll see him here at the end. This is the angle he is showing the shot coming from, showing where Charlie was sitting, and the angle of the shot, which will correspond with this video here, which unfortunately we will blur out Charlie's face, but we will show what is necessary to prove that this was an entry. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. You see, bullet comes in that circled area. You have the blood splatter go down, then up, and then immediately after, you see the exit right here with the skin being pierced, and then the exit wound emerges. And again, that is not a far distance for a bullet to travel, whatever the caliber is, whether it be 5.56, 308, 30-06. It's not even a debate at this point. It doesn't matter what caliber killed him. What matters is that the official narrative is not true. Again, whether the FBI knows or not that they're lying, but this is 100% conclusive evidence that Charlie Kirk was shot in the back of the head, and it exited through the front of his throat. All of the evidence points to Charlie being shot from his back right. Now, including this little blood splatter that we can see here against the white backdrop, the extreme hemorrhaging from the front of his neck, which again corresponds with an exit wound, the extreme loss of blood. No matter what the caliber is, that distance, that amount of meat is not enough for most bullets to expand. I mean, 99.9% of bullets will not expand in that short distance. Most of them require 12 to 14 to 16 inches even sometimes of tissue to expand properly. Also, Charlie tensing up correlates and proves that he was hit in his spine. It's a spinal injury. Any of the game that I've shot, in the neck or in the high vitals where you impact the spine, the game usually drops right in its tracks because you sever the spinal cord. This is again exactly what we see with Charlie. He tenses up. His head movement also correlates with being shot in the back of the head. His head snaps forward, and then he tenses up, and you see him fade away, drop the mic, and was absolutely traumatizing video footage. And I'm sorry to have to show you guys this again, but this needs to be seen and talked about because this is going to be suppressed in the algorithm. So make sure you share this with any of your friends, your family members. Save this video, whatever you need to do. So this video was actually provided to the channel by a friend of mine who is a Marine, and I forgot to show you the end of the video here. So this is my friend who actually made the video. I want to just give him a shout out. I will link his socials down in the description below. Again, he is the one who brought this to my attention. This is his video. He created this. He did the drawings on it, and he sent it to me to allow me to use it to show you guys what we're talking about. So he says, I have been shot many times, 3 times to be exact, and I know exit and entry wounds. I have extensive firearms training inside the Marines and the civilian world as well. It appears that Charlie was shot in the back right side of his head and the bullet exited through his neck. The moment I saw the video and he tensed up, I thought, that looks like a headshot given the fact that he seized up. It is a very common occurrence with a headshot. So this dude, of all people, would know what an entry and exit wound looks like on his own body, literally up close in 4K HD, as they say. So if anyone is qualified to talk about it, it is this dude. He is a super cool guy, so please go ahead and check him out. And I really appreciate him sending me this over because until he sent this to me, I just hadn't seen anything like it. Now, I wanted to be sure, and I wanted to make sure that wasn't like doctored footage. So I went to one of the original videos that I saw posted the day of Charlie's assassination. And right here I have it paused where you can see that splash that I'm talking about from the entry wound. And you can see it slowed down. This guy in this video is actually talking about the F in this on his shirt and the ring, some other stuff that really has nothing to do with it. People are arguing about body armor. You could see Charlie's, his nipples through his shirt, his chest, his breasts through his shirt, but you can see that he has the part we can't. You can see the true. This in the top, and he that it suspicious. Rifle, very blurry image, but you can clearly make out that this is not just a bush. This is a human skin tone right here, and this correlates with a human head and hair and a rifle in the exact kind of crucifix shape of an AR-15 with an optic on it mounted up. So good on this dude for finding this photo and looking for, like he said, hours of going through photos and videos until he saw this. This would 100% line up with the actual shot that we've now proven was not taken from the front, was taken from the back side of Charlie. This would line up exactly with that bullet trajectory and the entry and exit wound that we exhibited, that we saw here on camera. So guys, this is a very heavy topic. I do not want to believe that this is possible, that the FBI either knowingly or unknowingly missed this. And I'll leave that up for you guys to speculate on. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. All I know is that 100% Charlie was not shot from the front. It is very clear that he was shot from the side, most likely by this bush up here, this man in the bush, whatever you want to call him. It has been very clear to me that there has been a lot of NPCs, a lot of people going after me and others who are trying to seek out the truth. And it's so important to not let them silence your voice for Charlie, for this country, really, for the Constitution, for everything that we stand for freedom. It is imperative that we continue to ask questions and seek the truth when we're so clearly being lied to. So I really appreciate all the support that you guys have shown me over the last week and trying to uncover the truth. And all I would ask is for you guys to share this video. Let me know about your thoughts down in the comments below. Please head to RainJBro.com if you want to support the channel, check out our merch, all that good stuff. I love every single one of you guys. Christ is king. Drink a lot of water. Stay safe. Stay dangerous. RainJBro out.
Monkey D. Dragon's power has finally been revealed. The new god of One Piece has arrived. But don't worry, I'm about to show you everything. So go ahead and hit that like button, and without further ado, let's dive in. Throughout the entirety of One Piece, Monkey D. Dragon has remained one of the most enigmatic and intriguing figures in the universe created by Oda. His name is feared, his presence is surrounded by inexplicable weather phenomena, and his connection to major world events is constant. However, a new set of clues, both visual and narrative, finally seems to reveal the true nature of his power. Dragon may have eaten a mythical zone, the Amaru, a serpent dragon from South American mythologies. With this, he would be revealed not only as the leader of the revolution, but also as the god of rain in an ancient pantheon of deities that Oda has subtly been developing since Skypiea. One of the first pieces of evidence lies precisely in Dragon's appearances. In Logue Town, when Monkey D. Luffy is about to be executed by Buggy, a storm erupts out of nowhere. Lightning strikes from the sky, and violent winds sweep through the town, and as if that weren't enough of a coincidence, Dragon appears right afterward. Sanji's reaction to the scene is symbolic. He says it looked like a miracle from a god. Roronoa Zoro, on the other hand, is skeptical. This seemingly trivial exchange of lines may have been Oda's subtle way of introducing a divine concept related to the character who would change the course of history. But to understand the significance of this, we need to look at Shandora. The ancient civilization introduced in the Skypiea arc has body tattoos similar to Dragon's own and a strong connection to the Void Century. The people of Shandora, who fight with fervor and a revolutionary spirit, serve as an ideological mirror to the revolution.
Roger and Garp will team up to defeat Roxy Zebek to end the God Valley incident, as far as we know at least. But the question is, why? Why would these two stand-up guys that we've grown to like and respect execute someone like Zebek, who's just basically trying to save his wife and son? Well, I think that they will defeat him because Roxy Zebek will need them to. Because I believe that Rox will become a full-on demon, Domi Reversi style, and Roger and Garp will be the ones to put him out of misery and also save and protect everyone else on the island. I've been talking about this idea pretty much since we got confirmation that Rox has been a pretty decent man in general in his flashback. Sure, he's a bit of a rowdy pirate, but chapter 1159 made it very clear, I think, that he's an earnest person at his core and has a really good heart. He has strong Luffy vibes, I would even argue, and his overall goal was to raid the Holy Land and avenge the Davy clan by destroying Emu, but after his son Teach and Zebek's wife were taken hostage by the Celestial Dragons, he does admit that he doesn't care about anyone else on God Valley at this point, and I do think that funnily enough, includes himself. Now, obviously I'm not the first person to talk about this idea. These videos do take a while to produce. There have been some theories online, and even my good friend Sophie, aka Joy Girl, made a really amazing video breaking down the idea from her point of view, but I wanted to talk about this myself because I think that the idea is something I can really get behind, and it might happen in a very different way and have some very different implications than we all originally thought. Because not only do I think that it makes a ton of sense, and I do think there's some really good evidence for this, but honestly, just a ton of foreshadowing showing that Rox will give up everything in order to protect Teach and his wife, maybe even his own soul. Let's start with the very obvious part here, which is that the man was popularized as a monster, a demon, and just straight up the worst human being of all time by the world governments. He's also someone who casually, literally marched into the Holy Land by himself, single-handedly murdering a Marine Admiral and then threatening Emu to their face. In other words, I think this dude has earned a spot in like the top 5 most hated people on Emu's list, I think, and I don't think there's any other way to put it. He made the Celestial Dragons somehow hate him more than they already seem to in generally hate his clan. And while it seems like they didn't know that Zebek was actually a member of the Davy clan, he still got under their skin pretty damn well. Now we also know at this point that the world government is more than happy to find some creative, fun, recreational alternative means to getting rid of their enemies besides just some boring way like killing them or imprisoning them. Yawn, right? The warlord system was designed to harness pirates to do their dirty work, and the Gorosei have already leveraged Harold into attacking Rox a couple of times before. I mean, the whole Egghead Island arc before Elbaf is built around how they specifically stuck a whole deal with Kuma to keep Bonnie alive and thus making use of him, in which they really did. I mean, they got a lot out of Kuma. Even in the modern era, Emu actively went to Elbaf right now and took the giant warrior pirates by force as a means of getting them on their sides. But really think about it. If you were Emu here, you probably think the plan would be quite simple, right? Once it eventually becomes clear that Rox actually wants to save his kid and his wife and cares about them, why not get all of the revenge done in one fell, very effective swoop. That's why I think that Emu went to God Valley and used the Domi Reversi on Zebek and had him try to destroy all the pirates and I guess all the civilians on God Valley, because in theory it would have killed like 100 something birds with one stone, and that's a pretty good bargain on pirate deaths if I dare say so myself. And this idea also fits so well in the story. Again, to me it's being very clearly set up for quite a while now, and I do think it will explain so much about some weird lingering issues that I've been having with this flashback overall. But maybe most importantly, I do think it's narratively the perfect end to Zebek's story. Alright, but let's get into the setup here. How would Emu even do this? And what evidence exists that makes me think that this is exactly what will happen? And the biggest thing here is the so-called devoted blade of God, Manmeyer Gunko. I keep forgetting that we actually know her last name at this point, to be honest with you. Whenever I write a video, I'm like, oh yeah, she's a Manmeyer. But chapters 1159 and 1160 made sure I remembered it this time properly. I hope. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Anyhow, Gunko is a super peculiar character, like in general, right? Being treated as almost a squire or holy knight in training during the God Valley incident in a weird way. She's not a full holy knight here, it seems, and it's made explicitly clear that during God Valley, she was not, because she did not join everyone in the super cool team photo that they have. She's got the title Devoted Blade of God also, which might just be what they call what is essentially a holy knight intern, maybe? But I personally think that this title has much more of a double meaning, because we know for a fact that Emu is directly tied to Gunko. Emu's personal guard is now Gunko, and Gunko just sort of hangs out in the flower room with Emu most of the time, kind of like a handmaiden. But you know, a handmaiden who I guess got like evil devil arrows that can slice, dice, pierce, and kind of mangle her enemies if she wants to. Heck, I'm pretty sure that she's the one who killed Cobra, honestly. She's bad, I won't lie. Most importantly here is that we do know that Gunko is a vessel of sorts for Emu, and Emu can cast the Domi Reversi through a possessed Gunko. And so after everything we've now seen go down on Elbaf, do you really think it's a coinkydink that Gunko is on God Valley now, and that the Celestial Dragons in 1160 are giving Gunko high praise for her talents, right? She would be an essential piece of the puzzle for possessing rocks with the Domi Reversi, as she would be what enables Emu to come, by possessing her to God Valley. Then there's also the fact that Saturn knows that Teach is Zebek's son. Now technically that's not fact. What we do know for 100% certain is that Saturn knows that Teach is a member of the Davy clan. Fib just a little bit here, but it's essentially a 99% fact based on how Saturn talks about Teach during Egghead Island, right? Remember that? You know, when Devon and Van Augur show up and touch Saturn's creepy and goopy spider leg, right? Saturn reveals that he knows about Teach's lineage and what's special about him, which in my mind leaves two options basically. Somehow it was revealed
Yeah, the KSP is
to the world
bullshit.
That Teach is a member
Every
of the Davy
fucking
clan
time
that
I
survived
wish it would
God
just,
Valley.
like,
Now, I really don't
get
know
deleted
how
from the
that
game.
would come up, since Teach hides his own identity with Marshall, right? So I really don't think that's what happens. So instead, what I
the
do
favorite,
think
but
is
it's still
nearly confirmed to be the case is number 2, that Teach was used as leverage against Zebek, and that's how Saturn learned the truth of Teach's lineage that way. In other words, there's a really good chance I think that he's known the truth about Blackbeard ever since that guy was a baby, and that would explain why Teach was allowed to be part of the Warlords too. I think the government thought they might be able to keep a little bit of a check on him to some degree, at least by this, and my guess is that they did this exact thing, but way worse to his daddy. And let's be honest here, it would be exactly the type of thing that the Celestial Dragons and Emu would be willing to do, right? Like, they literally did the same thing to Kuma. Despite him being a buccaneer, they struck a deal and took away his freedom and even his will, right, in exchange for Bonnie's life. There's a blueprint here. So what's to say they wouldn't use Teach as leverage to get Rocks to be their pawn again during the God Valley incident? Heck, maybe Luffy's biggest advantage against the world government is gonna be in the story that he's not a dad yet, right? That could be it. Now, Zebek was already willing to give everything up to save his family, and I do think that Emu would be more more than glad to abuse that fact. As I see it, Rox is probably gonna become Demon Zebek as a, sort of last-ditch effort to save his own family, which, if that happens, is gonna be, like, crazy dramatic and definitely gonna make me cry when I read that. We actually know that the Celestial Dragons do seem to keep their word, at least that was the case apparently with Bonnie, and so I kind of guess the same would probably be what happens with Rox. After all, Dragon isn't gonna be around to save baby Teach, right? And that kid is in desperate need for some help right now. And dear old dad is on a mission against God to quite literally save Teach right now. It's like the most beautiful and tragic way to actually complete Rox's crazy story as far as I can see at this point. And honestly, I kind of wanted to have
he's
it
back
also,
here.
like, not in a twisted way, but in a storytelling way.
Back towards our spawn.
You get... Okay, just checking. Because at this point, Zebek has been almost this, like, mythical level figure, almost on the same level as Joy Boy or Nika in the story, and it's been kind of a breath of fresh air, honestly, that I've been freaking out over at every and each turn while this has been going on. Genuinely, I don't think there's been a single chapter since Rox was properly revealed that I have not loved. That's how cool the guy is. He's raw, he's honest, he's badass. Again, in a weird way, he reminds me more of Luffy than Roger himself. And as a result, he should also go out in a blaze of glory.
I need to fish.
For years, I've now theorized tons of things about him. His consciousness could still be in Teach. He might be alive as the man marked by flames. He's a statue of Boulevard, or quite literally like 10 other ways he might still be alive. I mean, the frozen guy nipple down is a fun one, right? But if I'm gonna be real with you guys, after seeing his story unfold now over the last couple of chapters, I kind of want him to become a demon and then get slain on God Valley. Because I feel sometimes with a character, you almost need their story to end the right way for them to be cemented as a total anime legend. You know what I mean, right? Like, going out in a blaze of glory like that would be a great way to make him immortal. It's sort of like Pain or Itachi Naruto, right? Or better yet, Whitebeard and Ace for One Piece. They're characters that have a complete crazy good character arc that ends in a truly heart-wrenching way and thus became so memorable. Again, I will literally cry if Rox becomes a demon to save his son and his wife, and I should cry. That's like the type of character that Oda has been building up here, I think. It's kind of like just like Kuma, but on steroids. Like, if you know a ton about Kuma, his backstory turns him into a mega fan favorite immediately that went completely viral for his Nika dance across the entire world, but Zebek, we've been knowing about Zebek having some epic lore
He's
for
around that fucking dude. He's right there, too. You're right.
Wanted to know who he was, his powers, and his story.
I heard him. I just didn't know where it was
now.
coming from.
By the way, we still don't really know much about his powers. I just realized. We're probably gonna get it. And this itch, sims for a total baddie and gets beaten up a bunch by his enemies and his crew alike. And then on the flip side, we've got Garp, who literally screams, "I'm here, baby," right as he makes landfall, throwing cannonballs at everyone and their moms on the island. It's kind of pretty awesome. It's genuinely been super funny, and I really have loved every single second of it, except for one key part. If you watch my videos, you probably know what I'm gonna say, but after seeing the literal nightmare that is God Valley, why on earth did they team up with the government effectively to take down Rox? Seriously, since the Kuma flashback, I've been tossing and turning in bed every single night trying to figure out why my boys here ended up defending the evil villains. Assuming that Sengoku didn't lie back in chapter 957, which, I mean, who knows how reliable he is, and Roger did team up with Garp to take down Rox on God Valley, there needs to be a really good reason they did so, because if they just both decided to dab each other up and destroy Rox, a man who's just literally trying to save his innocent child and mother from the slaughter there, then Roger and Garp would be truly disgusting people. In theory, these two would be defending the Celestial Dragons who are hosting all the crazy stuff going on there. You know, the people who slaughter children, toyed with their prey, that they're using humans as slaves and trophy wives and all that stuff. I cannot imagine a world where Oda actually makes Roger and Garp defend them for the hell of it, since he has quite literally spent over 1,000 chapters building them up to be like the baddest guys on the block. Hey, but you know what else is pretty cool on the block? Joining the Ohara Patreon. It's It's fun, we've got some sick perks, and I think you'd really like what we've got cooking over there. Check it out, and if it's not your speed, no worries, it's just a big help when it comes to creating clean, consistent content for you guys. And we even have a weekly free newsletter if you just want to have something free and be updated with everything that's going on in the story, anime, you know, the live action, whatnot. All right, with that, back to the fun part here. Garp and Roger are not bad people, right? We've never seen them do anything really bad, and Oda doesn't write them to be bad people. Just the opposite. At worst, Garp is morally a little bit gray, which is what originally led me to the Demon Zebek idea to begin with, because it would be the perfect reason that Garp and Roger would team up to take down Zebek now that we've seen everything that's unfolded so far. I think it would make a ton of sense if Zebek let Imu take over his body and mind with the Domi Reversi so that he can save his son Teach, but I do think it probably was much easier for him to do so because he knew that Roger and Garp were there to take him down and protect everyone from him going rampage. I kind of like to think about it how Sanji, you know, made Zoro promise to take him out during Wano if the Germa genes inside him went haywire. And in a way, I kind of get it, honestly. It'd be definitely way easier to sell your soul to the devil when you know that some of your, I'm not sure if friends is the right word, right? But fellow spirited people and powerhouses are there to take care of things if you go out of control. Zebek himself was very nervous and frustrated at the end of chapter 1160 when Garp showed up. He was like visibly nervous that this mission was about to get a whole lot more difficult when Prime D-Goat Garp himself made landfall and genuinely reading back the chapters, I think it's been foreshadowed a whole bunch, and honestly, I probably missed it because it was so invested in all the other crazy hype reveals that went on that I didn't sink my teeth into the more subtle dialogue that was actually happening, you know, looking back just one or two more chapters. Like, for example, we do know that Zebek really respects Garp because of how he talks about him in chapter 1157 here. He thinks that Garp should have been a pirate, he knows that Garp hates the world nobles, and he laughs about him with Harold over drinks. And on the flip side, we also know that Roger and Zebek had a nasty rivalry, yes, but it never resulted in either of them getting killed by the other. It was more like a friendly, we're gonna beat each other up pretty bad. The same thing that Roger and Whitebeard had going on later as well. And the next chapter, 1158, shows that off immediately when Roger bursts into Shaki's bar and gets up and rocks his face the same way that I guess like Luffy and Kid maybe would interact, right? They're bitter rivals, but that doesn't mean that they want each other dead. In fact, now that I think about it, nothing ever alludes to the fact that either of them like killing or defeating pirates that way. Rock's this entire flashback is brutal, but not really lethal unless you're a Marine. He even recruits his crew by the Davy back fights, kind of like stealing people in funny games. Instead of, you know, just murdering the other pirate crews or something else that you could do, he is absolutely cutthroat, yes, but outside of the very beginning of the flashback when we heard that, you know, he killed a Marine admiral or that he injured one very severely, we haven't seen Garp, Roger, or Zebek take someone else's life, really. But I do think that all of that fun and games is gonna come to an end very soon when Zebek needs to be stopped and killed. I've always wondered if these three had some deeper history that connected them, something that I've actually explored in my All D-Clan crew What If, or like a video here where I talked about were they childhood friends that then went separate ways. But now that I see them on the pages together, I really am feeling like this idea might have some truth to it, right? Like, it would be super sick to find out that Roger, Garp, and Zebek had a similar dynamic to Luffy, Ace, and Sabo, but it kind of went south once Garp became a Marine and Roger and Zebek had some sort of falling out. But regardless, the bigger thing that matters is that they're all united by one thing, the D-Clan. Yeah, the middle initial unites all three of them, and I think that if Zebek becomes a raging demon, he'd only do it because he knows that Roger and Garp are the kinds of people who would set their differences aside to defeat Zebek and save him from Imu's dark magic and, you know, kind of everyone else on the island. So we could get arguably the most beautiful, sad, and like epic moment ever with Zebek's death. And also, Oda can salvage Garp and Roger's legacies by having them do it for Zebek and not against against Zebek for the Celestial Dragons or some crazy stuff, right? Because, come on, do you really think that Oda would let Roger and Garp just kill some poor dude who's trying to save his family? That would be literally the most insane choice and make no freaking sense. But now I want to kind of soft pivot over to something that I really think brings this all home for me, and it's something that Sophie actually also brought up in her video, and it is something I very much can resonate with. Because the biggest thing in my mind that narratively sets all this up in the arc is the flashback this is happening in. There's a reason that Oda chose to show us this flashback during Elbaf. This isn't Rox's flashback, it's Loki's flashback about his father, Harold. This was supposed to show us the steps that led Harold to his unfortunate demise. You know, the thing that eventually causes him to get killed. Harold chose not to help Zebek. He chose not to go to God Valley and take down the Holy Knights alongside his friends. In other words, Zebek kinda needs to die on this island at the hands of the world government for the sake of the story. My guess is that Oda's writing Harold as a man who lived with many regrets, all as he tried to balance being the king of Elbaf. He wanted to save his people and thought that joining the world government would help make that come true. That's why he tried to kill Rox during chapter 1158. He was given an ultimatum by the Gorosei and he picked his people over his friends. Not only does this perfectly showcase Imo and the Gorosei yet again manipulating their enemies to defeat each other, but from a story perspective, it's setting up Zebek's eventual turn as well, I think. In this fight, he literally is screaming to Harold about how he's being manipulated, how this is what the world government does, and how Harold and his people will become slaves, toys, and pawns in their war. And just to show you, Zebek here very specifically says, "Where has your free will gone to, Harold?" This is like the perfect way to set up Zebek falling victim to this very exact thing in the very near future, and it's because Harold did not come and help him at God Valley. Zebek, of course, tried one last time to convince Harold to come with him and wipe out the injustices of the world government at God Valley, but instead, Harold cut him off and tried to stop him. Harold admitted that Zebek telling him that his child and wife were on God Valley was an exploitable weakness, and even more interestingly, Harold does point out that the government is watching them too. Now, to be totally honest with you, Harold could be the reason that Teach even was used as leverage. I mean, Harold might have quite literally told the Gorosei that Zebek's child was on the island, and that will totally change how I will look at him going forward if that turned out to be true. I kind of hope not. Ideally, it would have just happened through some sort of espionage where the world government planted a transponder or had someone hiding that heard Zebek talk about his kid, or maybe it was a Choku or someone who, you know, I don't know, like betrayed the Rox pirates. Either way, it does seem that grief and regret are something that Harold is gonna have a lot of after God Valley, and that he eventually will suffer the same fate as Zebek because he didn't side with his old friends. That would also explain perfectly why Loki would blame Harold for Zebek's death. Not because he killed him, but because his father refused to side with the correct side of history and bent the knee to the government. And of course, how ironic would it be if both Zebek and Harold's stories came to such a similar end? They both would die at the hands of the world government because Harold refused to side with Zebek, and Zebek wasn't able to complete his plan that relied on Harold's. Remember, Zebek really only thought he'd be able to destroy the Holy Land with Harold's help and 2 key devil fruits, presumably the Nika fruit and something else, and this entire flashback, the events of God Valley and Harold's death, would set up for now Loki and Luffy to hopefully fix the mistakes of their past, team up, and finally defeat Emu together. And then of course it will open up a whole new can of worms for whatever Blackbeard has in store, right? But God Valley is far from over and there's so much still to talk about. What are all the prizes? Who does what? Why is Dragon suddenly taking center stage? Well, I talk very long about God Valley and why I think it's the best thing that Oda has ever written in this very long video right here. Grab a coffee or wash the dishes or clean the kitchen while I give you over an hour's worth of God Valley right here. And yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching and thanks to all of our Patreons. And I will see you in the next video on Sunday. And boy, is that one gonna be crazy. You don't want to miss that one.
Sorry, guys.
One of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein's island, she said not only were they doing all of those trafficking things to her, sadly, but she claimed she saw a UFO.
Where?
On the island. Also, what's even crazier is
in Panama, a little meteorite rock, right? And it actually landed. The guy that found it, he kept vlogging about it. Every day he vlogs it.
Yeah.
Fam, it's turning into like a fungus.
it's venom. The head of FBI said about Charlie Kirk. Rest easy. We have the watch now. I'll see you in Valhalla. That's what he said.
What's Valhalla?
So Valhalla. Yo,
What?
so we are wrong about the whole David thing. Deadass, we are so wrong. So we just posted that clip today.
Yeah.
And I posted, I'm watching it like, fuck, we really said that he probably isn't the suspect.
Wait, how
and then today, all of this shit comes out, and now we just look stupid.
Yo, TikTokers are the best investigators, man. I see some shit too. Little side note. Some guy was like, "Oh, they say that girls are better than CIA. Prove it in the comments."
Yeah.
And then the girls are like, "Oh, you're on this flight, on this flight, on this date. This the flight number."
Because they be really looking into it. Yo, I'm telling you, sometimes the internet's a little bit better than investigators.
Better, man.
Sometimes.
It's better.
But also, we can't just be like pointing fingers just yet.
Yeah.
Because
It's still-
everything's still kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
But some crazy shit has been popping up, which looks like some hard evidence with the whole David scenario.
Crazy
So
stuff.
if people don't know, the David case, a body was found inside of his Tesla in a parking lot in LA.
Yeah.
Now, what happened was it was a 15-year-old girl. What's interesting too was, yo, did you know she had tattoos
Yes.
that matched him?
David, yeah.
David and her had the same tattoo.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
It's on the index.
So at first, what people thought was he wasn't actually connected to this murder, and he was just going on tour.
'Cause he's on
doing all
tour,
the-
fam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They weren't like pointing fingers right away until people started diving in, and they saw
Bomb.
he was actually with her a lot. They were dating. Her parents came out with a statement saying that she had a boyfriend named David. Bro, it's crazy now. Because if you listen to the song and that lyric, like, I killed you and I don't even
That's
feel
what
bad
I'm
about
saying.
it. Yo, what the fuck?
Yes.
So he's actually confessing this whole time to actually killing that
Still
girl.
theory.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly still, yeah.
Theoretically.
It was mod.
Also, there's a picture of the missing girl photo. Now, she went missing during April.
Yeah, when she was 13, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I
how long
think
ago?
she's been missing. That's the thing. And she
Because it was 2024.
Yeah.
It's 2024. April to 2024, she went missing.
Yeah.
Now, even on the missing girl poster,
What'd you say?
She had a hoodie, a black Gap hoodie.
Oh, I didn't know about
Damn,
this.
there's a picture of David with her at an arcade wearing that same hoodie too. It's her. It's confirmed her. There's also a picture of David. He was in
The Snapchat?
I think so.
When they took the selfie like this.
Yo, there's so much for that. Let's throw it up right now.
Yeah.
There's video footage of them like, snuggled up together.
Okay, I know about that one.
Yeah. There's a picture of him 6 minutes walking distance from her house.
Whoa, what do you mean?
There was a picture of him.
Yeah.
And the geolocation of that picture
Oh my God,
was him 6 minutes away from from her house.
Holy shit.
Now, theories go that maybe he didn't want people knowing that he was dealing with a minor.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And he didn't want that whole, I guess, news to come out, the truth to come out about that and any speculation with that. Now, it's even more interesting. There's theories too.
Yeah.
People are really scared because they think before she died, she might have been pregnant.
Oh, I seen this, but I'm like,
It's still it's just a
that's like
theory.
the
Like,
last-
what's the evidence here?
Yeah.
Yet? But that would be crazy to think because what if he did and then she wanted to
that.
keep
Yep.
the baby?
Or it's
that
just
could,
like-
that could have led to him.
Freaky
saying that
Petard
altercation
says, can hear everything now, WTF happened.
unaliving her.
Not even that. It's just like
Something
maybe he just
fucked
didn't
up
wanna,
on my
because obviously she's a
end, I
minor,
guess,
right?
and
And you don't want to come out with a
it
news that
showed
you
my
got a
audio
minor
and
pregnant,
everything
fam.
was
That's
working
crazy.
just fine in my
You know what I mean?
OBS.
Exactly.
I just
Yeah,
shut
that's
it down,
exactly what I'm
reset it.
saying here. So
I
he
think
didn't
it's,
want any of that news.
Restream
He
fucking
probably,
up.
theoretically,
Yeah.
you can find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. I love using Booking just because me personally, I'm a bit.
And David probably knew that he was dealing with this because there's alleged screenshots on Discord of them talking, and it's like, "Come, David, bark" or something like that.
Oh shit!
And David actually responded. So in a public Discord, fam, where you can see all the messages
with her in
it.
Oh my, yo,
yeah.
One of the craziest things, right? She's wearing the Gap hoodie.
Yeah.
The black Gap hoodie. She's wearing the Gap hoodie.
Yeah.
The black Gap hoodie.
But I seen the full video when he was like, "Come over here, okay."
She's like, he's hiding her.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So he was probably embarrassed about the truth. Maybe something even happened that caused him to want to, unalive her or whatever.
Yeah.
But yo, there's text messages from her talking to her friends about her having intercourse with David.
No,
yeah,
bro.
saying, "Oh, I don't want to get into explicit details,
obviously.
but talking about if he was like rough or this and that." Yeah, stuff like that.
My goodness.
Stuff like that. But that's none of our business, and it's obviously just like text messages, so it's not cold hard evidence yet.
Yeah.
As the days play out, this is literally happening today.
I know,
like,
and
all
we
this
just
stuff
posted a
just
thing.
happening today. We're gonna start seeing it unfold.
Yeah.
What's crazy is this is all happening right now. David just canceled a couple tour dates. And he's starting to lawyer up. He's getting lawyers involved.
I think he canceled the Seattle date today because all this shit was forming.
Yeah, all this shit's going on.
Because I know if he did perform, everyone would have been like trolling him on stage, like memeing it, like, oh, they would have had like posters.
If you live in an Oregon zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully. I was an insurance agent for 30 years, and what I'm about to tell you could save you up to...
Did you do it? Shit like that.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that because it'll fuck up your mental. If you did it or you didn't do it. You know what I mean?
What's your theory? What do you think happened?
What I think happened? Well, I can't tell because it's like, that's weird if I say he does it. And then, I don't want nothing on me.
What's your theory? What's your theory?
Oh, I had a crazy theory though, that the tattoo, that he got set up.
Why?
So no, but this is like crazy thinking. Like, so they tattooed that shit like before it happened just to frame it, so they would think like they had the same tattoos and stuff like that. But like that's like outer thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're saying she was a fan and really liked him, and then. Sad, but there's too much footage.
No,
of
but there's
them
too
together.
much footage now. Yeah,
there's too much footage now.
There's too much footage now.
It's confirmed they were dating.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But like, what happened with because there's another body in another lot, right, or in the same lot. So do you think David was also a part of that, or was it coincidence that this whole lot is just a burial ground for everyone that does this? You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Because remember, there's two bodies. It's not just one.
Well, they haven't identified the other body yet. I don't think.
Which is weird. Like they should. I swear you should have been like, if you can identify this one, there's no way that you don't identify the other one,
bro. And wouldn't he be like looking for her?
What do you
know
mean?
what I'm saying? Like if he wasn't actually,
Actually
know what I
what?
mean? If he wasn't actually the one that did it,
looking for
wouldn't
her.
he be looking for her because she went missing?
Oh wait,
you know what I'm saying here? Or would he just like pass it off? Oh, I guess she ghosted me.
If you pass it off, that means
they were locked in. They had tats on their fingers, right? They had matching tats.
Yeah,
they had matching tats, and I'm pretty sure they're like deep in.
Yeah, someone said no because this tat is popular. Because I don't know who's the first one that did it.
Was that the matching tattoo, the shush one?
Yeah, it was a shush one. But I know a lot of people get that tattoo because it's done by someone.
Okay, but.
I know.
But
it's just coincidence.
There's too much going on now. There's a bit too much going on now.
Yeah.
And before, it just looked like, okay, maybe it's coincidence here and there. I didn't know she went missing in April.
No, she went missing a long time ago, and then she got
like
found
April 2024.
Yeah, but I actually still don't understand. He was on tour though. Like, when did he have
No. So she went missing April 2024.
Okay.
He started going on tour when?
I don't know.
2025.
Oh, 2025.
So he did this shit like long time ago, fam.
So her body's just been there?
It's been decaying, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought, okay, that's because last time we were trying to debunk this,
yeah.
we're like, there's no way he could have done this because he's out in Seattle and shit.
Yeah, but obviously that's not coming from, that's not coming from the most reliable sources. Because nothing was really stated until this evidence came out.
Yeah.
Until like they confirmed that's the body.
Fuck. Yo, we're gonna have bare comments on our thing because we were talking about it so lightly. Right?
I know.
Yeah, and I know all the comments are like, oh, did you just see this? Did you just see this? But it's blessed because the engagement's gonna be
yeah. So that's why I want to stress it so bad that the last vid, none of that information came out yet.
Yes.
None of
that
that
was just
information
real
came out.
theory though.
Deadass?
And we were wrong. Fuck. Exactly.
We're usually
You're
not wrong.
We're not usually not
We're
wrong.
usually not wrong.
We're usually not wrong. But it's because because
Yeah.
the climate was like, oh, everyone's saying, oh, he's innocent, he's innocent.
Yeah,
but
fam.
who knows? We could be making the next vid. Oh, I guess he was innocent.
I
Shit.
Someone said.
fuck.
Someone said, because they posted a picture of David and remember the blood T-shirt.
Yeah.
And there was another really like, emo pic of David, and they memed it. They were like, oh, sometimes you gotta judge a book by its cover. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this is so fucked, but it's like, if you do something in this generation, right?
Yeah.
It's like the worst generation to have something done to you, because they'll automatically meme it. I don't know if you've seen the. Okay, Loki, if you don't, no, we can't talk about it.
What are you gonna talk about?
No, I'll show you it after, but it's so bad, bro. No, it's just like if something happens to you, fam, like anything, people will laugh at it.
Yo, anything now. Like
Yeah.
I feel the climate of the internet is looking for the darkest and the most shocking content to stimulate their minds because they've seen so much already.
Yeah. But did you see because at the Charlie Kirk assassination thing, there was this kid who was just like making fun or not, like he used humor to like, I guess it's a PTSD thing, but he's like, oh no, look, a shooting. Oh no.
Oh, word?
Yeah, and he's this is like he's dead ass joking about, yo, I think it got canceled. We should go, guys. Like making fun. While everyone's
it's happening
ducked down.
live, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo.
But that could also be shock, fam.
Yeah, it's
that
shock.
could also be shock.
Yeah, but like again, like people were making fun of it, like, oh, this is the most unserious generation. Like you can have nothing happen to you without someone trying to make fun of it or like trying to mock it. It's bad.
In an emergency or in something terrible like that, there's really different reaction. I learned this in lifeguarding actually.
Yeah.
Shock plays out different for every single person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can be in shock and you could like take it humorously. Some people take shock and then they'll just be like completely silent. Some people take it and they're shell shocked. They're like they can't even, you know? Can't even comprehend what's going on. Did you see what? So we have even more like theories happening about the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this just came out. So
I didn't know.
We have to double back again.
Yeah, I know.
But we had to double back again. There's a new theory.
The text or no?
What text?
Where he's like
With Charlie Kirk?
No, the guy, the killer, admitted like, oh, he was gonna do this because he was evil. Like he admitted everything on text, but that could have been an AI. You know what I mean?
That's not what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So did you see what the head of FBI said about Charlie Kirk?
No, head of FBI. Where the fuck do you even find that though?
So he made an announcement on the news, and he says he's pretty much saying his condolences to Charlie Kirk. He says, "Rest
now,
easy. We have the watch now. I'll see you in Valhalla." That's what he said.
What's Valhalla?
So Valhalla, what he's referring to, Valhalla is a place where warriors go in heaven.
Okay.
So that's like warriors heaven. But there's a crazy theory that dropped because the shooter of the Charlie Kirk shooting, there's a picture of him in his bedroom and he has a computer screen, right? On his computer screen,
Back up, cool.
there's a wallpaper of Goat Island.
What's
all right?
Goat Island?
It's a place, I think somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
But anyways, in Goat Island, people dove into it. There is I think it's Greenland.
Okay.
Let me get this completely correct. Because
yeah.
this is really, really interesting.
Okay.
Oh my God. They
Let me
deleted the video.
No.
Oh my God, video unavailable. Okay. Anyways. I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna dive deep for it.
Okay.
But pretty much is this place, I think it's Greenland. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna say it right now. So there's a place called Goat Island.
Yeah.
That's the one on the wallpaper of the shooter.
Okay.
Feel me? There's a coffee shop. Yeah. There's a coffee shop called Valhalla.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Now check this out. Check this out.
In Greenland?
Yeah. In the last few months,
Yeah.
I think when the Trump administration started, they were really pushing to get Greenland. You remember this? When they wanted to make Canada the 51st state and they wanted to buy Greenland.
Be right back.
They were pushing for that.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And what was their the reasoning for it? Because it will be like a national defense Like,
Okay.
it's like a good point of defense. This is what they're saying. They want to control it.
Yeah.
And
Without the ones like you working tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. No matter your industry, Grainger's here for you with professional-grade supplies. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
they want to put like military there or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
So back this.
Yeah.
What if they already did it? What if they got it and they were able to put like secret military or headquarters right there and nobody knows?
Wait,
And then Valhalla is like,
is
I'll
the
see you in
coffee
Valhalla.
shop,
That's
yeah.
a coffee shop. Yo, I'll see you in Valhalla because that's like in Greenland. That's where Go Island is.
Yeah.
Why did the shooter have Go Island on his wallpaper? Now check this out.
Wait,
Ready?
so you think this is all planned?
Theory goes, okay, first I'm going to say,
Yeah.
RIP to bro. Like, this,
Yeah.
this is tragedy. Feel me? This is just a theory. People think that he didn't actually die.
That's what I was gonna get to. I'm like, there's no way, bro.
So there was I personally think he passed away.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Yeah,
believe this
bro.
theory, but there was a plane that took off.
I think I seen this.
Yeah, there was a plane that took off and they were trying to track it and it turned off their comms and turned off their tracking, which is illegal. You can't do that. But it happened. And it left, I think, like 30 minutes or a very short time away from when he was shot and killed.
Yo, I think I see. Now I know what video you're seeing because it showed the plane line, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I
And
seen
where
the same
was it
video.
headed? It was
You-
fucking
it was
headed
Utah to
north,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
It was headed north. Where's Greenland?
North, fam. Yeah. Utah to Greenland. I'm not gonna lie. Oh fuck.
It's just a theory.
Yeah. Fuck. Now you have to rethink stuff. It's like, okay, was the like how it happened? Was it like the ring thing? Now the ring thing kind of like, how did that happen? Like, why?
So someone explained to me that it
Yeah.
might be he moved it, but I
No,
swear
but
it
no.
happened like right.
It was like
Yeah, I
seconds.
swear it was like seconds.
Yeah,
that's
seconds.
what I was thinking too. So I don't know. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what one theory was suggesting is how they do it in Hollywood. They'll put it like a tube.
Okay.
And then if for special effects or whatever, I think
Yeah.
he actually died though.
Yeah.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah,
I think he actually passed
Of
away.
course, yeah.
Theory though, like what people are saying, there was like a tube that like squirted. Yeah.
See, and I
'Cause
don't
that's
know
what
if-
they do in Hollywood.
Yeah,
right?
this backs up this theory. Someone did more research on it, and they said that the shot didn't come from in front of Charlie. It came from behind of Charlie. So
What? How though?
No, because so there was a video, right, of him sideways.
Yeah.
And then there was a little you'll see it in the video, but he was like a little tick, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but then it happened the same time thing. I was like, okay, if that's planned, then maybe that's why it went like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's
So there was
also-
a what? Sorry, there was like a.
there was like a little, the bullet came from behind, but there was a little shadow the same time.
Okay. I'm gonna debunk this real quick.
Yeah.
You can't see bullets on camera. Done.
Okay.
Like people.
I
that
know it
shoot
wasn't a
guns-
bullet. It wasn't a bullet. It was like a flash.
Unless it's like super slow mo.
Yeah, it's not a bullet, but it was like it looked white. You know what I mean?
Like iPhones won't be able to pick up a
Yeah,
bullet. Straight
obviously.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you won't be able to see a bullet.
Okay.
Unless it's like insane slow mo. It moves fucking fast. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like nobody's gonna see a bullet.
Yeah.
But it's like theory. It could just. Do you think it's like they would fake that?
Yeah.
But what's the point? Like, what do you think the point would be for that?
What do you mean? So the Epstein book would come out? Yo, I see some shit where it's like, yo, the Epstein book must have had some crazy shit on it because they're doing all this. So like they would hide that, but you know what I mean? That's his man's too. So like they would put him out in the thing. That's really big. Everyone hates him, so all the eyes would be on him. You know what I mean? Yo, whole time he's actually chilling in what is it?
In Greenland, Valhalla.
In Greenland, in Valhalla, fam. But again, it worked because all the eyes are where. I mean, so yeah, I believe it. What the heck?
So I looked into the Epstein stuff.
Oh yeah,
I looked
like
into it.
actually.
Yo, what I didn't know though, I
What?
didn't know Jeffrey Epstein and his island, it wasn't just for trafficking.
What was it for?
Fam, did you know he was really, really into eugenics and DNA experiments?
Whoa, he was actually wait.
That's what the book was showing. So in the book,
is
and back this, he was gifted this book on his 50th birthday, and it was titled "The Secrets to Life."
What does
On
that
his
even
50th
mean?
birthday.
Yeah.
So it's something very, very important, very, very valuable, gifted on your 50th, right?
My goodness.
The information that was in this book was talking about eugenics, DNA, and how this is really fucking interesting.
Yeah.
And how DNA manifestation and aligning and experimenting with DNA could cause I don't know how to explain it properly. It's really, really like it's hardcore science.
Really?
But in layman's terms, they're trying to figure out if you can take DNA of people, manufacture it, and manifest things to happen in this world.
What?
Yeah. So apparently DNA lines up with certain coordinates in the cosmos, which is weird as shit.
So my DNA and your DNA is
somewhere in the cosmos and it lines up spiritually some way.
Oh, that's
Now, they were really looking into this shit. And a lot of it, what people deem right now is dark magic. That's what people are deeming it right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But it sounds like stupid and a joke, but why were they studying it?
Yo, yeah. And
Right?
they have a whole island based on that?
Now, check this out. The people that he invited to that island, one of them being Stephen Hawking.
Okay.
Stephen Hawking and a whole bunch of Nobel Peace Prize winners.
Is that why? Because they're trying to say, oh, if they have the good DNA, they're very successful. We have to see where it comes from.
So there was a professor and he was experimenting a whole lot with eugenics. Jeffrey Epstein was so involved in his work.
Yeah.
And he like looked over it so much, studied it, and he was very involved with a school.
Holy shit.
It was actually called the Epstein Institute, where he would be researching all of these things about DNA sampling, eugenics, and what people claim is that he was obsessed with making his own race of people.
What?
And using his own DNA to make this own race of people. Now you can imagine that ties in exactly to what?
What?
It ties in exactly to trafficking, because what do you have? An abundance of DNA, people to experiment on.
Oh my gosh.
And this all happened in the Virgin Islands, literally on his islands, bro.
Yeah. But is there a reason why he only got like children?
I don't know. Like obviously that's not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Wait. Time out. How does DNA and the cosmos
so
relate?
this is what's fucking weird, because I don't have the answer to it, but that's what's written in the book, bro. That's what's written in the book. So my theory of understanding it is everybody has a spiritual power, right? And we can make things happen.
Yeah.
Now, I think what they were really looking into, and you guys can look into it yourselves and leave a like too. You guys can look into yourself. Imagine you had like 20 people.
Okay.
Let's say a sample of 20 people.
Yeah. And like one person is actually have a good spiritual thing. Then you would do research on that person.
Oh, I forgot to mention this.
Okay.
Fam, bro, it's crazy.
What happened?
One of the names or one of the coincidences lined up in this whole book was the wife of the 23andMe founder.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, the 23andMe CEO.
So he had a good.
They were theoretically in cahoots with what was happening on Jeffrey Epstein's time. Yeah. So back this.
Yeah.
That's why theory. We talked about this long ass time ago,
I
where the
remember.
whole board of 23andMe exited, and they all resigned and left right away, except for the CEO.
So
Why,
that whole
though?
because that whole time when you're giving off your little DNA samples to 23andMe, it's just going back to the island and doing research with it.
So back this. This is my whole theory on it, because obviously I won't be able to explain it. This is some high tech science and shit.
Man.
It's very hard to understand.
Yeah.
I was watching a video trying to explain it, and I'm like, fuck, I can't even grasp it fully. But I'm gonna try to explain it the best I can.
Okay.
The way I understand it, and this is my own theory attached to it too, is what if you could predict the next of kin, or who will break like generational curses, whatever it may be, right?
If you have
and they hold some like spiritual power to it. Because I have all your DNA, the whole world's DNA, right? And I can look back to your whole history. Okay, your grandfather was some scientist, blah, blah. This person was this, blah, blah, the other, right?
Yeah.
And we can look at moments in life that line up, and you can see patterns on whether or not something might happen to this person next, or what this DNA will be able to do.
Yeah.
And you know how they always say like generational curses, someone will break it?
Yeah.
What if you could predict
the generational
the next one, or when it's gonna happen? And what if you could manipulate it to your own benefit?
How?
To your own benefit.
How would you manipulate it though?
You know, these rich people, they're very hungry for what? More. They want more money, they want more success.
So they would get the successful DNA.
Boom. And manipulate it somehow. Who knows though? This is obviously just like theory and just
Yo,
like yeah.
I'm thinking of it. By race, do you mean like he can create his own society of successful people? Because it's like if you only if you have so much quantity and so much test, you're gonna find at least like 5 Nobel Peace Prize winners, right? So if you have a team of that,
I have no clue what he wants to do. I'm gonna be so
but that's
real.
what I would do. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be so real. Like I have no clue like
No
what the fuck he
clue,
wants to do
fam.
with it, but he's doing it. Like
Yeah.
it was done. It was done.
Yeah.
I think there was a whole piece about Ghislaine Maxwell, like the lady that was involved with the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, this is like getting kind of like dark and
No,
like
no. Yo,
deep,
we're on
but fam, she was one of the people that was trying to recruit like the eugenics people, specifically the 23andMe. Now, obviously, this is just theory, and until you see like the actual book.
Yeah.
Like when you see the book and what's actually written down, there's a lot of info in there that you're like, why the fuck would that be written?
Yeah.
Oh, one of the craziest shit that was in the book.
What?
There was like a picture. It was a picture of a painting, and it was called
You have a picture of it?
Is it the setile?
Let me see it.
The setile pic?
The one with the blood on the walls?
No, it's different.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Hold on.
I've seen most of it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a mural.
Okay.
And it's called the Setiles.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole bunch of rich people.
Oh, never seen this.
And it's a weird art painting depicting these rich people doing weird things, but Setile actually is elites backwards.
Whoa.
That's why it's called Setiles.
Setiles?
Yeah,
Oh
fam.
my-
One of the people that's in the picture not only is Jeffrey Epstein, weirdly
Let me
enough,
see. Yeah.
weirdly enough, in a UFO.
What
And
the
I'm that's gonna be really weird later. I'm gonna explain why.
Yeah.
But Ghislaine Maxwell's here depicted as a dragon
What the fuck?
biting a child in half, and then there's also an antenna showing the UFO with Jeffrey Epstein's head on it, and a bunch of these people in the picture or in the mural are they're identified as like very rich and powerful elites.
Yeah.
Because that's why it's literally called Setiles.
Holy
Backwards is
Is
elites.
elites.
Bro, one of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein's island, she said not only were they doing all of those trafficking things to her, sadly, but she claimed she saw a UFO.
Where?
On the island, because she's one of the victims when she was a child.
Yeah.
Also, what's even crazier is one of the things she claimed as well was she woke up in a lab, which
Oh,
makes
so they're
sense.
doing research, yeah.
Which makes sense because that's what they were trying to do. They were experimenting on people. They were trying to see what they could do with DNA. They're gonna try to do these different eugenics things. And what if like they're trying to do this like DNA Cosmos experiments, fam?
What if remember I said last time there was a big check and things sold to Jeffrey for a certain amount, for a huge amount, 20K. I'm thinking now it's like, okay, maybe they seen her DNA and it matched up with a really good Cosmo line. What if they're just bidding out like serious amounts of money for people with good DNA?
Yo, so that big check, that was actually I think funded straight into the eugenics experience. Yeah, it was like funding toward the research that they were doing. It was funded toward the research that they're doing, allegedly.
That's so crazy.
Man, this is like real life. It's not even like, oh, this could be a weird ass movie.
Yeah.
Fam, they actually did it though.
Yeah,
That's
and-
what's interesting.
And it's so dark that maybe you're so fucked up in the head, or like you're so evil that you have to like make these pictures and draw these pictures, because it's like, fam, why would you do that? Like, why would you make a whole book of like what you're doing? Like, you might get caught one day. Like, why would you do that? I don't know why.
I think that whole thing was as a gift toward him,
But you
with
know
the
how
research that they found.
Yeah, but you know how sick that is though? It's like,
I think, obviously it's sick.
Yeah,
Obviously it's sick.
fam.
I'm not saying it's not sick, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is like in their banter or in their way of like,
it's a different
it's
type
regular
of
to them, fam.
Yes.
They've done even weirder shit than that.
Yeah,
That's regular,
that's
bro.
That's the tax bracket. Like,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
when you skip tax brackets, there's a different level of shit that you.
Dog, they know elves exist.
Yeah,
they know
yeah,
like
they know all that
Bigfoot's
shit,
there.
yeah.
They seen aliens.
They
This shit's
probably
not
took
even
that UFO to the Hollow Earth. They've done that already, fam.
They've already done that.
But you have to get to that certain bracket, fam.
Yeah, it's not even like it's sick to them anymore. It's just regular.
wow.
It's just regular, dog.
Imagine living on the inside though. It's like, oh, why are they arresting us, fam? Like, this not regular to y'all? Like, whole time I know they think this shit is so good. Like this shit is so regular, bro.
That's crazy then.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, that's what's happening with all of that. We missed some information on the last. This is literally like
Yo,
it's
no,
like 2.0
No,
of
you know what
last
it is?
episode.
The first one was the intro paragraph, right?
Yeah.
But this is the body. And then the next one, because I know...
Conclusion.
Yeah, because it'll pass a week, and then the whole David shit will finally come out. The whole Epstein book will still be rolling.
So tune in for next episode.
Yeah, I know.
And
probably,
leave a motherfucking like,
yeah, and the
please.
Charlie Kirk shit will probably be like rolled out. There's no way they don't find like who did it in like 2 weeks. Like if TikTok can find like all this information.
Well, that guy's in jail now. Like
Yeah.
they caught the shooter,
Yeah.
which alleged like some people don't think he's
Okay, do you
actual
think?
shooter.
Okay, say in a scenario like that, if you're with the elites, right, and you could work with the FBI so they can never find him. That's possibility, right?
Here's the career hack that got me promoted years ahead of schedule. I discovered that everyone hates taking meeting notes and setting them up. But if you do it well and you volunteer for it, you become indispensable. But here's the secret. You don't actually have to do the work. Otter does it for you automatically. It transcribes every meeting, creates perfect summaries, assigns action items, and positions you to take initiative on every project. While everyone is scrambling to remember what was discussed, you have detailed notes and can follow up immediately. You become the person who makes things happen, and executives notice that. You get invited to more meetings, and you get access to information and decision makers that others don't. Try Otter for free. It's literally the easiest career accelerator you'll ever use.
Find who?
Find like say they gave so much money to FBI to be like, oh no, I don't want this like thing that I don't want them to find the killer and stuff like that because this whole stuff was planned. Like make it look like it was someone else. You know what I mean?
We'll never know, bro.
We'll never know.
We'll never know because they can.
That's why it's just me theorizing.
Yeah,
it, like
it's low key they can.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want, and
Yeah.
behind closed doors, like unless they're checking, unless someone's like whistleblowing it,
Yeah.
we're not really gonna find out.
Oh my god.
And that's the scary part about it.
Yeah.
Is when we're not involved and we're just witnesses, everything's a show. Even those who seem impossible to please. Whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, your sleeplife.com, anyone can. So find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app. Hims can't solve snoring or blanket stealing, but when it comes to performance, they've got you covered. Take control of ED with personalized treatments made with proven ingredients, prescribed by licensed providers 100% online. Hims offers access to ED treatment options ranging from hard mints to trusted generics that cost 95% less than brand names if prescribed. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. This isn't a one-size-fits-all care that forgets you in the waiting room. It's your health and goals put first with real medical providers, making sure you get what you need to get results. To get simple, online access, personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/jumpers. That's hims.com/jumpers for your free online visit. hims.com/jumpers, JUMPERS. Let's take it back to when I was about 10 years old. I got my first ever job as a dog walker. Now, anytime I wanted to get paid though, I always had to go to the person's house and then ask for the money physically. But today, now you can just download Cash App and you can get it sent right to your account way faster than me having to walk all the way over to somebody's house and collect money. Also, what's crazy is you can get your money up to 2 days earlier than some banks. So if you guys aren't using Cash App, I don't know what you guys are doing. Cash App does more than you think when it comes to having your back and making sure your money stays your money. If you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and use the Cash App card for purchases, you can unlock up to $200 in free overdraft coverage. If you overdraft unexpectedly, there are no hidden fees. Manage your money on your terms and take advantage of the free overdraft coverage up to $200 on Cash App today. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash for real. Just download the Cash App, use our exclusive referral code JUMPERS, JUMPERS, in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money, that's Cash App.
But I know, yo, there's so much that happened in 1 week. Like usually, like it's like very like 1 week.
And then this is all a distraction.
Yeah.
Earth, and then it became
That's
something.
that's literally what.
Earth, and then it became something.
That's literally what happened.
Yeah,
it landed,
and it fucks with our own like bioatmosphere or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's even a word.
Yeah, yo, it was so funny. It was like the third day, and then like he opened the safe. It was just like webs, and then all the TikTok comments were putting the pictures of Venom like this. With the
Venom.
Holy fuck, we're cooked. No, but yo, but also there's another movie. I don't know if you've seen the horror movie about Jesus. This is how
that's crazy.
This is how you know the world's getting fucked up.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And it's so funny because I looked more into it, and it's Nicolas Cage.
I know.
That's like playing the carpenter's son.
And you know what? We talked about Nicolas Cage before.
Yeah.
How he's like low-key cursed by a witch.
Exactly, yeah. But the funny thing is, like karma hit him so quick.
What happened?
So he was in. They had to shoot a scene where they were in a cave, right? I think it's I forget the scene, but it's in a cave and he had to like go in it, right? They had to stop the scene because Nicolas Cage got swarmed and bit by a bunch of carpenter bees.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they're like saying the irony is like, oh, they named it the carpenter's son, and then he got swarmed by carpenter bees.
Yo, it's even wilder. Is that happening to him actually happened in the movie that he played? Like one of the punishments or like tortures in a movie
really
was him being poured bees into like a helmet and him getting stung in his face.
No.
Yeah, which
So
is
it's
really
foreshadow-
weird.
Wait, what movie was that?
I forgot exactly, but I think it's about a cult that worship bees, something like that. It was really, really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they treated like a queen as. Leave down in the comments you guys know what I'm talking about. But it's dead ass. That's what happened in the film. They were pouring bees into a helmet, and then he had to suffer and like get tortured.
Ew. I'm thinking when he said bees, you seen that guy that like ate the mad honey?
What?
No? Oh, you don't know. I'll talk about that later.
Wait,
Have you seen the video?
You never seen this clip before?
No, I didn't. What the
Yeah,
fuck is
this
that?
dead ass happened in a movie, so it's crazy that it actually happened.
That's
to him.
actually so funny. The foreshadowing that, fam. This guy
Yeah.
actually got bit.
Yo, but explain the movie real quick, because I feel like people don't know. What
No,
we're talking
all I
about
know about it because there's obviously nothing that came out of it. It's only a description, but it's not about the Jesus in the Bible. It's about the Jesus that uses his powers for wrong.
Yeah,
that's what I found out.
There was a book that was it's considered not canon in the Bible and actually considered just fiction. Like people just wrote it as a sequel to the Bible and just
shit.
for fun as a story, right?
Yeah.
But it's still like ancient.
But it's out. Like
this is ancient,
Oh,
fam.
okay,
This is
okay.
ancient. But anyways, it was just stories. Now, what the stories was obviously like not true happenings that happen or like true events that happen.
Yeah.
It was just like weird, horrific events saying, "Oh, Jesus did this and this with his I don't want to say powers, but like his miracles."
Yeah, miracles. Yeah.
But it was obviously like sacrilegious.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're making it into a
horror
movie, into a horror movie, it doesn't sit right with me.
It doesn't.
Like I think we should, fam.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Yeah.
Let's stand up for our faith real quick. Like why should we allow that?
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
not cool.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like I know like the people that even agreed to do this because I've seen the cast. It's mod. Like I know these celebrities that's doing it, but it's like it's mod that they actually agreed to do this. That just means it's like yo, they're cooked too, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like why? What makes you want to do that
Exactly.
stuff?
And-
Especially
yeah.
to something that people consider sacred. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's not cool. Let's stand up real quick. Like
Yeah.
why are we doing that?
I seen that too, and you know Marlon because he's coming out with the Him movie. He was
Yeah.
on Kai's stream, and everyone was like, he kind of got backlash because he like
Why?
kind of wished death among Yeah,
Drug
I've heard of
Lord?
that. Yeah.
Yo, he had
Yeah,
Drug
I've heard of
Lord.
that. Yeah.
Yo, he had an interview where he was talking that he would call onto the devil to play that evil person.
Oh my
Now, what's even crazier when he was explaining it, he said he had to go through a whole bunch of like therapy and actually go through spiritual recovery because he was calling on that to play the character.
Yeah.
Imagine that, fam.
Yeah.
He wasn't, it's not even like games. Like he was really trying to tap into that and asking like for spirits of evil.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But in Hollywood,
God
yeah.
forbid.
Yeah,
bro.
God forbid. But Hollywood is like, it's so possible though. Remember that video where he's like, oh, I'm gonna date Zendaya. Who's the Tom Holland?
Tom Holland,
Yo,
yeah.
But like, yo, Power Tongue is thing. So do you think he? I don't know. I don't want to say that he did that or like he gave up something to get all that. But yo, everything that he said. There was another one. Oh, I think it's the same one. No. There was a black actor who met up with Denzel Washington at the.
I think that was Damson Idris.
Right, and he said,
I think it was
and he
Damson
said, "I'll
Idris.
see you at work."
Yeah.
Okay, that was him, right?
I think it was
Okay,
Damson
boom,
Idris.
yeah. That's another one. Oh, so that was true. That he actually sold his shit to get in the movies.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
because Power Tongue is crazy. You know who's listening, fam. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. The Tom Holland one always gets me though.
Yeah, because
like,
he did everything he said, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sick though.
It's too crazy though.
Because I always watch that edit sometimes. If I want to get like hyped up, I low-key watch the Tom Holland edit. Where he goes through every single one that he calls as a kid or like younger, and then he actually does it. Who's your celebrity crush? Zendaya.
and
then they play with Don't Like My GPs. Don't like.
And there's like, what's your other? What did he say again? There's another one.
Who would you like to be in a film with? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, and then it goes.
Don't like.
Boom.
Wow, don't like. It's actually such a sick edit. I love that edit.
Some edit that I religiously watched was the Manny Pacquiao one.
Which one?
And I used to rehearse it when I was in the
Wait, what? What edit are you talking about?
What? You don't know
the Manny Pacquiao one?
Yeah,
there's a Manny Pacquiao edit.
The introduction.
Former featherweight champion of the world, former light heavyweight champion of the world, former welterweight champion, former light heavyweight
and reigning
welterweight. Yeah, that's hard. He had like 5 different call outs or some shit.
I remember. So I was in the pool, right?
Yeah.
I was in the pool in a hotel, and I was like tweaking, right? I was just stimming. So I said that and like loud to my friend.
Yeah.
And everyone was just watching, just laughing at me because he's like, "Yo, this guy's saying in perfect English, no accent, fam." And reigning. Holy fuck! Unserious, bro.
My God. But Manny Pacquiao, I feel like he's the only boxer that you could really say he did every single weight class, man.
Oh yeah,
like almost every single weight class except for like light heavyweight.
Yeah. Did you see the Canelo fight with Crawford?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know the mans were pissed about that,
Think it's
bro.
fixed?
Huh?
Think it's fixed?
No. Oh, you think Canelo took a cut?
Yeah, I think it's fixed.
Really?
I don't know.
Is he really running out of money?
There's a theory. Not that he was running out of money.
Yeah.
There's a theory that they wanted to do that so they can have a win. Canelo can have a win next time, or something else has happened where it's fixed.
Okay.
But Canelo's fighting style, he likes throwing lead hook.
And he never did it?
High. He kept throwing his hook to the body. I don't know. It's just a theory. That's what people are like speculating.
Yeah,
Why he kept doing that? And his fight style was different from when he's really trying to knock somebody out.
Yeah, like I have enough respect for Canelo to say like it wasn't fixed because I feel like there's people that actually respect the game of boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's
like
what I'm saying.
every time he talks about it, he's super passionate about it.
I personally don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think like.
I think he got outboxed. Like, you know what I mean? Like Crawford is really one of them ones, bro. I knew it was bad. Did you see the backstory of Crawford?
Actually, it might be fixed. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna be straight up. It could be fixed.
No, fam.
I mean,
Crawford
so
is really
straight up.
nice, though. Crawford is really
He's
nice.
really. He's an amazing boxer.
Yeah.
Undefeated, fam.
Yeah.
Champ.
Did you see
Boxing's kind of fixed sometimes. I'm not gonna cap.
No,
Like,
I know,
like,
I know.
I'm just gonna say straight up, like, if something feels fishy,
Yeah.
there's a 50% is fishy.
Yeah, and I'll add on to it. Canelo in his interview, they asked him was like, "Oh, what do you think? Like you could have done better, or some shit like that." And Canelo said something like, "Oh, I don't know. He was good at everything." Canelo usually doesn't say shit like that. You know what I mean? He's just like, "Okay, I probably could do this. I probably could do this." But if you give like that bullshit answer, yo, he was nice at everything. There's no way I could have stopped that guy.
Yeah,
Maybe
but-
that could have added to like, oh no. To get the pressure off me, tell him he's a great fighter.
Yeah. It could be.
Yeah. But the way Terrence Crawford grew up, oh my God, I remember his mom told the story that the mom used to pay kids on the block to beat up Terrace.
Why? To like get better?
Yeah, to get better
Oh,
and like
that's
to
kinda
get strong.
crazy.
And then Terrence Crawford goes up to his mom. He's like, "Oh, I know what you're doing, but like I know I'm the one," and shit like that. They can't do nothing about me. It was so crazy. That's a real crazy.
That's like anime shit right there, fam.
His mom was his biggest hater, but it actually worked.
Yeah. That's actually
works.
some anime shit.
Hate works, bro.
Do you know how Mike Tyson started boxing?
No, why?
So he was in the street and he was getting bullied.
Yeah.
He had a pigeon that he held in his hand and it was like his pet. He was petting it. Somebody took his pigeon and ripped off its head.
Oh, fuck.
So Mike Tyson got so pissed.
The other side of the street, and you know how there's like a little curb?
Yeah.
So you would shoot the ball
At the curb.
at the curb,
land
and
it.
if it hits the curb and it bounces,
It was
then
in.
that's a point.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because they didn't have no nets, they only had a ball. You know
Dog,
what I mean?
when we didn't have a net, you know what we did?
What?
Somebody would go like this.
No.
Deadass.
No.
Gavin, on God, we've done that.
The most like shit I did was I taped a bucket to like a pole, but that's like I never had my friend go like this.
I'm
man.
pretty like I'm dead ass. I remember like usually my cousins or somebody going like this, and you would like shoot it in.
Holy shit, man.
Mans didn't have nets, bro.
And what if you wanted to play volleyball? You got two mans like this standing as the net?
I guess so. Like we didn't do that specifically. We probably would. We probably would, fam. Mans that have skipping ropes.
Yeah.
Shit.
What?
Take your shoe off. Give me that lace.
Oh no. That wouldn't be long enough, fam. You would only have to be like one of these.
Not if you have two shoes.
I saw Factor ads everywhere, and I didn't think they would be that delicious. I'll admit it, I was skeptical about ready-to-eat meals, but then I tried Factor, and after one bite, I was sold. Everything is fresh, flavorful, and honestly, just feels good to eat. You can tell these meals are made by real chefs. I love that they have meals that fit my needs, whether it's low carb, high protein, or Mediterranean. I don't have to think about what's for dinner anymore. It's all taken care of, and it actually tastes amazing. Chef-prepared meals delivered fresh. Try Factor. You might be surprised too.
Oh no! There's no way. There's no way.
You want hopscotch? You want double dutch? Everybody take your shoes off. Give me your laces.
No, that's why the invention of hopscotch was so easy, because all you needed was chalk, fam.
I'm completely. We didn't do that.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say.
There's no way we did that.
I was gonna say. You had those jump rope days, right?
Yeah. Jump. What's it called? Jump start. Jump start
Yeah,
for health.
with the red rope, and you had unlimited aura if you could go. If like I forget what is this called?
Double dutch. That's double
and
dutch.
if you could do double dutch on the first try, oh my god, aura the whole time.
Let's
fam.
low-key aura. I low-key as a kid, I had a lot of trouble even with the one skipper. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
The
yeah.
ball? The ball.
Oh, I
it goes
could
on
never
one leg. Damn. That shit and
Yeah.
ripstick skateboards.
Ripstick skateboard.
My weakness, fam.
What's the-
I could never get. That's the ripstick. Yeah,
The one that goes like this.
It
I
goes
never
like
got
this.
that.
I never
still.
got it either.
Yeah.
That shit was hard as shit. I don't even know how those guys did it.
But isn't your shit like inverted? So like even with the one ball thing, you couldn't have got it because it's like the way you run is kind of awkward.
Nah, I like it. It's low-key. It's like a
It's
hula
a
hoop.
momentum thing.
It's kind of
Okay.
like a hula hoop.
Yeah.
Hula hoop I was low-key good at.
Yeah. How's Pilates? Do you fuck with Pilates?
Why are you airing me out like this? Damn, like,
Because we're talking about life,
or,
man.
like, mans don't have to know I did a Pilates class.
Bro, everyone did Pilates, bro. We're good.
All right, but anyways, it was good. It was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard, but like midway through, I looked over like, yo, this shit's gonna give me a big booty, fam.
Yeah.
Yo, everything was good. The core
until it
wise,
started-
like we're doing core shit.
Yeah.
The lecture with the eye, fam. The moment it got to the glutes, fam, I was cooked. Yo, it was crazy because I was the only guy in the class.
Okay, I was gonna
one.
ask you that. Yeah. Where you were the only guy.
I was the only guy in the class.
But was it a full class though?
It was a full class. Yeah. Completely full. Would you join? Would
Yeah,
you
fuck
do
if
it?
you were there, I would go.
No, without me. Just
Oh,
on your
without
ones.
me?
Would you do it on your ones?
If I was there with my friend, yeah.
Oh, you know what's actually jokes as well?
What?
So when I went in, shout out Reformed.
Yeah.
In the
quick
well. I
plug.
tried to say it real quick. But when I went in, this is the reason I shout them out.
Okay.
I went to like my reformer, and there was a card just for me, and it said, "Hey Carlos, blah blah blah. Hope you have a great class your first day."
Wait, for everyone or just you?
Just me, because it
What
was
the
like, yeah,
fuck?
they wrote me a note and shit. I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then
Yeah.
when the class was starting, they go, any newcomers, please put up your hands. And then everybody, like a few people put up their hands. And I put up my hand. He's like, oh, Carlos, yeah, I know.
Wait, what?
What? Carlos, oh yes, I know. Yeah.
Wait.
But there's other newcomers.
Did you know the instructor?
No.
Did they only write that because like you were a guy, maybe to make you feel more comfortable? Theory?
I have no clue, fam. She wrote a smiley face. Maybe she liked me.
What? She
I
didn't
don't
even
know.
see you. That's the first time she saw you.
I don't know if she did know me. I don't know.
What
Nah,
the
I play. She's being nice.
Oh, okay.
I think they do that for everybody that comes in their first class.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I was gonna say, no, because at certain restaurants, my name's already in as YouTube celebrity.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So at I can't say that restaurant, but there's one, and then at Moxie's, I know the server there. So whenever they see me as a reservation, they'll automatically send me to the better table.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's actually fire.
Yeah, that's why you just tell them. You let the servers know, you get to know them and shit like that, and then next time you get free shit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I told you this story. I was at Tim Hortons one time.
No, you didn't.
I never told you this? So I was at Tim
When?
Hortons one time.
I know the Denny's one. Where you had like a guy, mom come up to you and like point the phone at you, and then everybody.
Oh my god! Yeah, that was crazy. I felt like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
It was just literally in that one place. That doesn't happen.
What happened at Tim Hortons though?
I was at Tim Hortons. I was in line. I was gonna get a bagel. And then, yo, the funniest shit ever. I walk up, and the guy goes, "Oh my god, you're that Facebook guy." I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Facebook? Dog, we don't post anything on Facebook. Man, we post on TikTok, we post on Instagram.
We don't post on Facebook.
We post on YouTube Shorts.
Literally everything.
We don't post on Facebook. I'm like, what do you mean Facebook? Like, yo, I see you on Facebook all the freaking time.
Like our age? Or no, older?
No, I use older.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, who's using Facebook?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, no offense. Sorry. No offense. Sorry. No, Facebook's actually good. But anyways.
Good PR.
Anyways, yeah. So I was like, oh my god, you're the Facebook guy. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I didn't know we're on Facebook like that.
Yeah.
Goes, yeah, you're famous there, blah blah. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Anyways, I'm waiting for my order.
Okay.
I'm waiting. And I realize they're calling out names for the order.
Yeah.
They go, John, order for John.
Huh?
And then John comes up and picks up his thing, right? Mary, come pick up your order, Mary.
Yeah.
Mary comes, picks up her thing. And I go in my head like, wait, I never gave this guy my name.
Oh.
I didn't give him my name.
Yeah, so you're a Facebook guy
So I'm like,
then.
am I gonna get my order? Like, what the fuck's going on here, right? Like, I'm just waiting. Like, am I gonna get my order?
Yeah.
I see this Filipina lady come up.
Okay.
It's like a tita. She goes, Facebook guy?
No way.
And then she's laughing at me, and I have to walk up in front of everybody like, Facebook guy. Like, what the hell?
Facebook guy is so jokes.
And I get my one bagel, and I did.
That's so fucked, man. No, they already probably knew you. That's why they're like, we don't need the name. Just give it to that guy.
I guess so.
Give it to the guy with the tattoos,
does.
bro. He probably doesn't look like anybody else in that store.
Okay, wow, damn.
Just kidding, my fault. Oh,
But yeah, that was my Tim Hortons experience. My Pilates experience.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's fun.
Have you ever had any like interesting experiences
aside from the elbow one recently? I'm trying to think what I had. Oh no, this guy gave mad aura. I'm not gonna lie, because you know, like sometimes you don't want to glaze too much, right? And like you just want to say like a little slick thing to me and then like walk away. So he goes, I see this guy at Era, you know, like the big the one by the well. Yeah. So I pass by him and it's like it's quick. He's like, "Yo, how's Carlos doing?" I'm like, "Oh,
that's all he said."
He didn't say hi to me. He's like, "Oh, yo, how's Carlos doing, fam? Like, you guys are blessed." And that's it.
Oh, wait. Did he work there?
I think so.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Oh,
no, because I'm in there a lot.
Era?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Era Vintage, right?
No, the top restaurant. Fam, he didn't know you. There's no way he knew you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Era Vintage, like the vintage store.
Era, like the.
This in the well?
Yeah, there's another.
I've never been
restaurant.
there.
It's the one where you see the CN Tower. It's a nice view.
Damn,
but
he goes, yo, fam, I'm about to go there tomorrow.
Yeah, he passed me. He's like, quick, like, yo, what's up, fam? Yo, how's Carlos, by the way? Like, you know, it's like when you're already friends.
Oh,
you would ask,
that's kind of cool.
No, it was good. It was no glaze. It was like, okay, you asked how Carlos was. You said what's up, and you're.
That's
gone.
pretty cool. Yeah, that guy's like.
Like next time
man.
I see a celebrity, like say Lil Yachty, I'm like, yo, what's up, Yachty? How's Uzi? And just go.
Is he even friends with Uzi?
I don't know. No, but
That'd be awkward. Like, I don't know.
It's like, fuck, I don't know him. Okay, Loki, I won't do that. But he needs to know. He needs to. You need to know the actual duo partner. It's like asking Yachty, like, yo, how's 21 Savage? But if you said something more niche, like, yo, what's good thing? How's thing? That would be crazy.
Yeah. That's how you kind of like, if you really mess with see, I wouldn't just like glaze anybody unless I actually mess with their character.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it takes a bit to like get somebody's character, right?
Yeah.
So what I try to do is I try to judge someone's character based on what their secret interests are. And then once I get that,
I remember you telling me that,
so I dig my hooks in. I'm like, this is interesting. Because
So-
Loki is like, I'm genuinely interested. I'm not like faking it or anything. It's never manipulated. I'm dead ass like really interested. So I try to figure what that is. And then when I meet somebody or like I see somebody that's kind of interested in that stuff and I bring it up, boom, instant.
Yeah,
it's like an instant like, wow, how do you know? It's like Nardwar.
Yeah.
How you know this?
Oh my gosh. There's another guy in Toronto that does the Nardwar stuff and he's doing it for smaller creators. So it's like, that's if I get on there, I want to see what he cooks up for me. Because it's like, yo, old like 3rd grade teachers.
That's
like,
actually jokes.
you know what I mean? But holy fuck. There's another one. Never mind, it went out of my head still.
I think I'm waiting till the biggest one, and I still really want to know is if I can find somebody I taught swimming.
Taught swimming.
Yeah, because I used to teach swimming.
Oh, yo, I have this theory. Remember the little kid that we were throwing a football to in Hawaii?
Yeah.
So remember we always had that. It's like, yo, what if he became the next big football player?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
on TV he'll like, yo, I remember Gab, I remember Carlos. They were throwing me a football, fam. Like that's like crazy, fam. But how would you find out? Oh no, you probably could
Find out who this kid is?
Yeah. Or no, you probably could.
Me finding somebody that.
Yeah, that could probably work out. Be like, oh, you're my swimming instructor.
Yeah, I know. I really, because I know teachers love that. Where they're like, oh, I used to teach you. What do you do now, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I never got to experience it. I never got to like see somebody I taught. Because I taught so many people. Fam, I was working that job for like 3 years, I think. I never got to find out like anybody, how they turned out, this and that, the other. I'm just so curious, like if they even would recognize me.
Yeah.
Because I had short hair before too.
Okay. Probably.
You think so?
Yeah,
I probably
think
talk
so.
the same.
Yeah.
I probably
Were you
talk the
talking the
same.
same like this in 3rd grade? Probably, yeah.
Not 3rd grade.
Okay.
Oh, wait. What?
Were
Like,
you, what grade were you saying?
no, I used to teach swimming.
Oh, teach swimming. My fault.
I used to teach swimming. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, fam,
Okay,
you remember
then
I was
yeah.
a swim instructor.
Yeah, then you're good then.
But was I talking like this in 3rd grade? Here's the crazy thing.
Okay, what?
I met up with a friend from my old ass elementary school, right?
And did she say like you're the same? That's like low-key one of the best compliments though. You're the same.
What she said was one thing I remember about you was you used to always tell stories. And I used to do like a lot as a kid on the bus too.
Yeah.
And it clicked. I'm like, wow. That it was from then. Like little by little, it kind of just started seeping out. I would be telling weird stories too. I'd be telling stories I made up.
Holy shit.
About like mysteries and stuff like that, like ghosts and stuff. Yeah. And it's crazy. I do that right now.
No, because you know, you got hella reps. You know what I mean? Remember we were talking about, if you start getting your reps like early, then by the time like years and years you'll have practice. Fam, you've been getting reps since, fam.
I know.
The funny thing, I was around in the campfire when my titos were telling stories. I was the one just listening and getting scared, fam. Like I have no cool stories. But then now it's like you experience it, you travel a little bit more. Then it's finally cool to have stories.
Yeah.
But but I think my storytelling pace is like I like it because it's ADHD. So it's like if I tell a story for more than 1 minute, then I'm gonna get bored of my story.
Really?
Yeah. So I gotta tell it like quick and to the point. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy when somebody kind of like pause.
Oh,
Pause,
yeah,
hold on.
yeah,
Let me not say all that.
pause.
We get what I'm saying here.
I get it.
Like
bro,
they kind of like.
Yeah, it's like one of these.
And then what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. Wait, and then?
100%. Those are the best storytellers.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
And my Tito in the campfire. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
But
No
he would
worries.
make his stories even more dramatic because he used to play the guitar. So he would like while he was telling his story, he would just like strum an instrumental.
Wait, that's sick though.
No, but it wasn't sick. Like in the moment, because the fire's crackling, like
Getting scared?
It's scary, fam. He's
That's
like,
pretty sick though.
yeah,
That's pretty
like
fire.
he would add instruments. It was a
No,
movie.
that's Narnia.
What?
Do you remember the scene in Narnia where the goat is like whistling and then the fire starts dancing and shit? And it gets mad scary?
Holy fuck, fam. I couldn't sleep.
Holy shit, it's loud out there.
That's Narnia. I'm pretty sure that happened in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, wasn't there a place? Remember we were searching up places to go in Hawaii and one of them was
Narnia?
Narnia?
Yeah.
I'm teased we didn't go there. I'm low-key cheesed. But
So, somebody messaged me that. Like, oh, you should go to Narnia. Like, what the fuck?
We actually
Where?
searched
What wardrobe?
Oh, one thing I do want to get before I go to Japan, I'm gonna get the AirPod the 3s.
Why?
Because they have live translation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can hold it for a bit, and then now everything that they're telling you will show up on your phone, and then you can say.
If you live in an Oregon zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years.
Wow, look at that. Beautiful.
The investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination, it's heating up, with the FBI director revealing new details about what they've learned and what they've probed as Kirk's family and friends lay him to rest.
I saw the wound that ended his life.
I'll share the comment from Erica Kirk that stunned the world and go through the very latest in the case. I'm Anjanette Levy. Tyler Robinson is charged with murdering Charlie Kirk, and he's in jail in Utah County, Utah, being held without bail. But just because Robinson is charged as the shooter, that doesn't mean the investigation is over. Far from it. As friends, supporters, and family of Charlie Kirk were honoring his life on Sunday, FBI Director Kash Patel sent a post out on X about what the FBI is investigating. I'll get to that here in a few minutes. The county attorney says 22-year-old Robinson confessed to murdering Charlie Kirk using his grandfather's .30-06 rifle, but there are questions about how and why Robinson made the decision to take Charlie Kirk's life. What made a one-time straight-A student and college scholarship recipient from a politically conservative family decide to take the life of a popular conservative activist because, in his own words, he spread hate? County Attorney Jeff Gray says Robinson was living with a roommate who was a male transitioning to female, and Robinson and the roommate were a couple, and that Robinson's mother told detectives that her son had moved to the left politically over the last year or so.
Robinson's mother explained that over the last year or so, Robinson had become more political and had started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. She stated that Robinson began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning genders. This resulted in several discussions with family members, but especially between Robinson and his father, who have very different political views. In one conversation before the shooting, Robinson mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding an event at UVU, which Robinson said was a stupid venue for the event. Robinson accused Kirk of spreading hate.
Now, Gray read text messages in which he said Robinson confessed to his partner/roommate to murdering Charlie Kirk.
On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson, "I am still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Robinson, I am. I'm sorry." Roommate, "I thought they caught the person." Robinson, "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence.
Some thoughts can feel scarier than any true crime case, like unwanted, violent images that pop up out of nowhere or sudden, out-of-character urges that absolutely horrify you. Those are called intrusive thoughts, and every one of them in the information filed by the county attorney. In the last set the public knows about, Prosecutor Gray said Robinson told his partner to not talk to law enforcement if approached.
Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson again, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices that'll talk about doing their teeth.
IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it.
Spoke at his funeral service.
I start FaceTiming my wife. I'm saying, look at this. This is incredible. Then I start FaceTiming my son and my daughter-in-law while Charlie sits down and begins to ask questions. Now, this is where you may have seen an internet conspiracy. The man in the white hat was giving signals to the shooter. Yeah, the man in the white hat was me, okay? I did this with my hat. Maybe I touched my nose or something while I'm holding my phone because I'm FaceTiming my son and daughter-in-law.
Now, Turek went on to say that the man in black that you saw was Charlie Kirk's main security guy. There has also been speculation that a private jet that left an airport after Kirk was shot was somehow involved in his murder. A man named Derek Maxfield was on that flight, and he posted on Instagram that it was his company's plane. Maxfield wrote, any suggestion that the flights by N88KG yesterday are in any way connected to the tragic shooting of Mr. Kirk is inaccurate, false, and without any credible basis of any kind. So yesterday, as Charlie Kirk's friends, family, supporters, and even the president and vice president of the United States were memorializing Charlie Kirk, FBI Director Kash Patel posted on X that every possibility is being investigated. Take a look. Patel wrote, as the director of the FBI, I am committed to ensuring the investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination is thorough and exhaustive, pursuing every lead to its conclusion. The full weight of America's law enforcement agencies are actively following the evidence that has emerged, but our efforts extend beyond initial findings. We are examining every facet of the assassination. We are meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location from where the shot was taken, the possibility of accomplices, the text message confession that I just read to you, and related conversations, Discord chats, the angle of the shot and bullet impact, how the weapon was transported, hand gestures observed as potential signals near Charlie at the time of his assassination, and visitors to the alleged shooter's residence in the hours and days leading up to September 10th, 2025. Some details are known today, while others are still being pursued to ensure every possibility is considered. Our primary focus is to complete this investigation and deliver justice. To protect the integrity of the investigation and subsequent prosecution, we cannot release every piece of information we have to the public right now. We will ensure every question is addressed at the appropriate moment. Regarding specific details, such as questions about the plane that allegedly turned off its transponder after departing from an airport near the assassination site, we can share updates when answers are confirmed. After interviews with the pilot and consultation with the FAA, we determined the transponder was not turned off. Incomplete flight data in rural areas caused the apparent gap. The entire FBI mourns the loss of Charlie Kirk. We will not rest until justice is served, and our investigation into this assassination will continue until every question is answered. Now, this is very interesting because he's diving into these conspiracy theories. Patel testified in front of Congress last week, and he said this about Discord, the messaging platform, whose spokesperson has said Tyler Robinson did not plan the crime on the site, but admitted to it after the fact on that platform.
Reports have suggested that the FBI is investigating a broader network of groups that may have had some knowledge of the shooter's plans. Can you give us any details on that, following up what you already said in public? How's the FBI working to find other potential accomplices, folks who may have known about the shooter's plans, folks who may have encouraged him? Any update on any of that?
So in terms of what we do for an interrogation perspective, we go and reach out to the family and community immediately. And we've conducted those investigations and interrogations with local law enforcement, and we're continuing to do that because those closest to the suspect are going to hopefully know the most about the suspect and his beliefs and his ideology. On top of that, unfortunately, it has been leaked that there was a Discord chat, and for those unfamiliar with it, it's a gaming chat room online that the suspect participated in. So what we're doing, we've already done, is sort of legal process, not just on Discord, so that the information we gathered is sustained and held in a evidentiary posture that we could use in prosecution should it be decided to do so. And we're also going to be investigating anyone and everyone involved in that Discord chat.
Okay, very good. I see the public reports that the Discord thread had as many as 20 additional users. It sounds like you're trying to run down all of that to see if that's accurate, who else may have been on that thread, what they may have known. Is that fair to say?
It's a lot more than that, and we're running them all down.
It's a lot more than 20?
Yes, sir.
And you're running all of that to ground?
Every single one.
Now, Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, and now the CEO of Turning Point USA, the organization that Kirk founded when he was just 18 years old, spoke at the service about the loss of her husband.
On the afternoon of September 10th, I arrived at a Utah hospital to do the unthinkable, to look directly at my husband's murdered body. I saw the wound that ended his life. I felt everything you would expect to feel. I felt shock. I felt horror. And a level of heartache that I didn't even know existed.
Now, Erica Kirk says that doctors told her at the hospital that Charlie Kirk did not suffer. And from her, the woman who is mourning the loss of her husband and left to raise 2 young children without their father, she offered his alleged murderer words of grace. Take a listen.
That young man, on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him.
Got safety protocols? Grainger has the Safety Pros 2 call. Shop our vast inventory of safety.
I want to bring in Mark Weaver. He is a prosecutor who practices in Ohio, but has also prosecuted death penalty cases. Mark, I want your thoughts on Kash Patel's tweet. He sends this out right in the middle of the Charlie Kirk memorial service, and he's basically saying this investigation is not over. They're investigating everything. The location of the shooting, the angle, the trajectory, of course, that will be part of the case, the possibility of accomplices, and the text message confession. The text message confession between Tyler Robinson and the roommate, it is kind of interesting. I mean, it's really stuck with me and piqued my interest looking at that, because it just seems like, first of all, not how 22-year-olds talk. And second of all, just weird that you would just spill your guts about this to somebody who's your romantic partner over text, and that the roommate's not picking up the phone and saying, "What the heck did you just say?"
This generation does more by text than by phones. We know that. Certainly a bizarre exchange, a bizarre relationship and a bizarre actions that ended up in a public assassination. I think what the FBI director is doing here is understanding that political assassinations in America have a history of conspiracy theories, with people thinking that not every lead was pursued, or that some evidence was hidden, or that there was some grand plot behind it that was never revealed. So the FBI director wants people to know that this is a case they're taking seriously. Now, it won't be federal prosecutors bringing the case, it will be state prosecutors. And in death penalty cases, as you mentioned, I've worked on these, the jurors have to first come to a unanimous verdict that the shooter is guilty, and then they have to have a separate hearing where they have to unanimously decide for the death penalty. And so by shutting down any possible conspiracy theories, the FBI director is actually strengthening the ability of the prosecution to get the death penalty unanimously by both finding the shooter guilty and recommending the death penalty.
And the FBI, of course, is assisting the Utah DPS and the prosecutors in Utah with this. They haven't ruled out the possibility of filing federal charges. They could always do that, but it seems like, why would you do that if the state's case is strong and they can get a conviction?
That's true. Now, Charlie Kirk was not a federal official, so in order for the federal prosecutors to take it, there would have to be a basis under federal law, because most crimes are state crimes. Now, sometimes prosecutors will look at the jury pool, the respective jury pool, and which one might be more open to the death penalty. And when you get a federal district, you pull from a wider perspective, more people. Sometimes that might affect the decision about whether or not to pursue the death penalty in a state case, which is just the county where the crime occurred, or in a federal case, which is the entire federal district.
I want to talk now about the Discord chats. There was a Discord group chat with more than 20 people on it, is what Kash Patel told the Judiciary Committee last week. And we know that the roommate was on part of that. I talked to Discord. Discord basically told me Tyler Robinson did not plan this on Discord, did not discuss it until after the fact when he told his friends he was turning himself in. Apparently the roommate discussed with another person what Tyler Robinson had told him, but we don't really know what Tyler Robinson, who else he might have been talking to on Discord. Kash Patel said they're chasing down more than 20 people, so could he have been radicalized, Tyler Robinson, on Discord or other social media platforms? Because we have a kid who was 22 years old, a young adult, who came from a conservative family, and then his mom tells law enforcement just in the last year or so, over the last year or so, he had started to move politically more to the left and become more, pro-rights, gay rights, and pro-trans rights. And she makes it sound like he had become, there had been a definite shift in his attitude and his ideology.
For centuries, mothers have said to sons, I think you're hanging around the wrong people. And up till about 30 years ago, mothers could notice physically who their sons were hanging around with. Now, with things like Discord and the internet, mothers have no idea who their sons are interacting with while they're gaming or chatting online. And so it's entirely possible that exposure to people from around the world with the same unbalanced views, deeply troubling unbalanced views that the shooter seems to have, did radicalize him in a way that probably wouldn't have been possible if he'd walked down the street and looked for somebody who had a similar outlook.
Tired of thinking a great car is out of reach? At Kiefer Used Cars, we've got you covered. Right now, we have over 50 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock, all priced under $20,000. And the best part? You can drive away today for as low as $99 a month with 0 down. We can work with all kinds of credit and get you the ride you deserve. Don't let a tight budget stop you. Visit KieferUsedCars.com today and bang the gong.
Bless your path.
He also talked about Cash Patel did in this tweet, investigating how the weapon was transported, the hand gestures observed as potential signals at the time that Charlie Kirk was shot. We know that one of those was from one of Charlie Kirk's mentors, Frank Turek. But there have been some videos posted on social media of people appearing to do certain things. We don't know what those meant. But he's saying, look, we're investigating everything. Do you think this is because they don't want conspiracy theories floating around, or simply because they're looking into whether anybody else was involved in this?
I think it's great to chase down every lead and release the information. Transparency breeds credibility. As you mentioned, the man in the white hat is Frank Turek, who's a well-known Christian apologist and very close to Charlie. He has already publicly said he was FaceTiming with his son and daughter-in-law at that exact moment because he was trying to say, look how crazy the crowd is. He has so many people here. This is exciting. He previously FaceTimed with his wife, and now he was FaceTiming his son. So the man in the white hat holding the phone is not a signal. That's a father who's sharing with his son an exciting moment because his son was a fan of Charlie Kirk. The clip of the man in the black shirt who was part of the security detail shows him just moving his arms and either scratching or touching his arm. It's about a second. And we all know that a second of video can be so misleading. It could be anything. The notion that there needs to be a signal belies the fact that the shooter had a scope and a clear shot and could shoot at any time he wanted to. There's no need for a signal because the shooter had a clear shot.
What does your gut as a prosecutor tell you? I mean, you're privy to the information we have publicly, the information filed by the prosecutor. Do you think potentially there were other people involved, or do you think it's just too soon to say?
It is too soon to say, but I completely dismissed the notion of signals. I hope the FBI releases all the information that shows that that's ridiculous. But I was troubled that there was some chatter in some of these trans chat rooms that Charlie was in danger when he came to this college and that something bad was going to happen. Now, maybe that prediction happened every time he went to a college. That might be one explanation. But the notion of someone having it so much on the nose, that is worth a visit by federal investigators and other investigators, and someone should have to explain what led them to think that. As a prosecutor, I want my detectives and my investigators to do as much detailed work as possible before I go to grand jury, and certainly before I take it to trial.
And you're right, there were some tweets and some other things, some posts that are floating around out there. I have screen grabs of them where they say, you know, Charlie, something's going to be bad's going to happen for Charlie Kirk on September 10th. And these were the day before. And saying Charlie Kirk dead at 31, things of that nature. That's really disturbing stuff. And these were days and days, in some cases, before the event. So it really makes you wonder, what was going on there?
Yeah, when somebody is controversial, and it's a sad state of affairs when somebody who's speaking basic Christian faith tenets and basic American civics in a very civil way is controversial, but that's the time we're living in. When somebody is that controversial, other people come together and try to find a way to silence him. In this case, they thought they were going to silence the message, at least the shooter did, and others who were happy about it or maybe talking to the
death penalty stricken. Do you just keep plowing forward with this, no deals whatsoever?
Well, the notion of what families want was a big issue in the Idaho 4 murders, which you covered probably better than any reporter, and you and I have discussed numerous times on this airway. And as a death penalty prosecutor, when I meet with families who've seen their loved one killed, I want them to say what they want to do, and I want to listen to that. But I always have to remind them that the charges are being brought by the state. Prosecutors don't represent individual people. Prosecutors represent everybody. And then prosecutors have to make the best decision for everybody. So I think it was wise beyond her years for Erica to defer that to prosecutors because it is their decision. And although I want to hear what the victim's family says, I can't be bound by it.
Well, we will keep a close eye on it. We're looking forward to learning who's going to represent this guy, Tyler Robinson. Thank you so much, Mark Weaver, for your time. I appreciate it. Tyler Robinson remains in the Utah County Jail, being held without bail, and he'll be back in court next week. During his first court appearance last week, he only spoke when asked to state his name and showed little, if any, emotion. Meanwhile, Turning Point USA's American Comeback Tour, it's continuing. Monday night, the tour is going to the University of Minnesota Twin Cities for a rally event at that college campus. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.
You are most welcome.
Weak erections? Check out this chewable mint. You know you don't have to come all the way to the pharmacy to get your scripts, right? There's a more private option.
What is it?
Here, just pull out this online intake form on your phone.
Oh, HIMS.
Yep, it's through HIMS.
3 reasons why my husband was prescribed this dual action mint. 1, trouble getting an erection. The night kept.
Welcome to Next All Reacts. I've got the most disturbing videos and weird stuff you could possibly find on the internet, all lined up in a nice solid compilation for you. If you're new, welcome to the show. Hit that subscribe button, join the Awakened family, the best family on YouTube, I might add. And also, let's hit that like button, guys. Let's get it all up to 1.5k likes. You've been absolutely smashing it recently, but I really appreciate it. It helps us find new people. And also, if you want to watch this whole thing early, without ads, go join the Patreon. But without further ado, we're heading on in.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
And you can get Cardi B's latest album delivered right to your doorstep. DoorDash says fans can get a signed CD or vinyl of the album Am I the Drama starting today. The food delivery platform says it's part of a partnership with the artist that includes a virtual shop called the Cardi Bodega, she wanted to say, with a selection of Cardi's favorite snacks and beverages.
Why the where are my Where are my followers? I hate when that's happening. I've been
Yikes, starting off with a hearty dose of Hollywood as we like to get that stuff out of the way and set the tone for things to get somehow even weirder as we get into the deeper conspiracies and we slide further down into the rabbit holes we have lined up for you today. So with that out of the way, let's just jump right into the next segment of the day, starting with the craziest and darkest breaking news stories from across the internet right now. Roll the clips.
She lied on immigration forms. She appeared
デジモンってのはサポタマから生まれたモンスター。そんでそのデジモンが起こしたトラブルを解決して賞金を稼ぐのが私たちクリーナーの仕事。あんたたちはもう賞金首。
腹減ったってな。
あれも夢か。
なんだ。俺っちは月光マンだってな。
私はレイナ。何よ。誠と言います。
誠見えない。
賞金を免除されるためにはクリーナーとして働くしか道がありません。
トモロ、俺と一緒に来い。クリーナーになれっていうのか。他に当てがあるなら話は別だが。だがまだ希望はある。
俺っちを信じろ、トモロ。
何が起きてるんだ。彼
彼自身がデジモン